wave.
And we are
Shit is so
live.
good.
I might get a bottle of the Crown Apple and get, maybe bottle of the peach, a little bottle, for myself, personal.
The peach is nice. The peach is nice. I ain't gonna hold you.
What's bracking, y'all? Welcome to the Petty League. The council is right now NBA Petty Luffy, NBA J Hudson Sama, aka the Booty Eater.
Hey,
Speak
you know
up,
how we
nigga.
do out here. You know how we do out here.
Speak up, man.
What? Can you not
Nigga,
hear
who is
me?
this we that you're talking about? You better be talking about yourself, motherfucker.
We out here eating booty, you heard me?
And then we got the other Haitian.
Step
Right now
outside.
he code number one with me, you know. And then we got the Jamaican, representing from the islands. Talk to him.
Ed Bochiha in the building. You know what time it
Active
is, man.
shooter in the
Oh, Faith
We ain't
just
gonna
Discord.
call
pulled
him
up.
that. We
Okay,
ain't gonna
we ain't
call
need
him
to
that
do all
though.
of these shouts outs,
Yeah.
man. Let's get into the shit. So we could either start off with, and actually, you know what? Let's get the pop culture shit out of the way. Jesus is king.
Hey, the shit was nice,
My nigga
man.
Kanye
This
back
shit was
again with
nice.
another hit.
Okay,
Hey,
let me
I
say.
love my Lord, but I'm not with that album.
Okay, let me say what I gotta say, and then we could, we all just say how y'all feel about this shit. I'ma say this like this right now. It is the worst album Kanye West has ever dropped.
That is true. That is true.
That is true. That's facts.
That is true. I
Not
can't argue
only
with that.
not only that, and like
It doesn't have much replayability.
I don't mean this to be a dick. I mean this like as a musician and sincerely. Like I really think that bipolar shit really fucked up how he views and organizes a project. Like I don't care what you say, that's the most scattered
I can
fucking
understand that.
album that I've ever listened to. Like that shit is all like he had hip hop beats that were like clearly had gospel influences, but like he was rapping about God. So I didn't you know what I'm saying? Like it just made no sense. You can't have like legit gospel tracks, then go to fucking hip hop with gospel themes and then back to
I
full on
fucked
gospel
with it.
tracks.
I
Nah.
fucked with it. See, I grew up listening to Kirk Franklin and all
Oh,
that other shit,
listen.
and
That's fine.
so I already kind of had like a feel for that, and he just like dived a little deeper. You feel me? Like he went like into like trap
Oh, yeah,
gospel,
that's
and
a,
I was
that's a
like,
problem.
this is interesting.
If you
And
go deeper
I
than Kirk
didn't hate.
Franklin, I don't want that.
If he was gonna like try to like be influenced by gospel and make a gospel album that was still hip hop or trap or whatever, like he would have had to have worked a lot longer than he did on that album. Like he made like I promise you it didn't take him longer than a month to write all of them tracks.
No, okay, writing it, no. Producing it, I feel like a lot went into producing it.
I
Like
mean,
the
it
sound of
sounds great.
everything
It sounds great.
was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
The lyrics, of course, the lyrics didn't really touch me because it's a gospel album. Everything's the same. Love Jesus, praise God. You
What
need Him
he
in
said,
everything
what
in
he
your life.
said, close
Like,
on Sunday, you my Chick-fil-A. Like the fuck?
yeah,
What? Get the fuck out of my face, man. That shit is
yeah,
garbage.
it wasn't like the best like rapping he's ever come up with. I will say I'll agree to that. It wasn't the best rapping. Lyrics didn't really mean too much to me, but the sound was great. I'll give him that. The sound was phenomenal. I appreciate that song, Sofa or something like that. The
So
second
yeah,
song,
yeah, 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 that song is heat. I
boy.
get that. Too. I got some tracks that I like. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna shit on that. There were some tracks that were good, and there were a lot of tracks that were way too fucking short.
All
Way
of
too,
them,
way too
all of
fucking
them,
short. Nah, I mean,
all of them,
I think
all of them were
Sailor,
ridiculous. There were three-minute songs. I looked at them. There was
yeah,
two that
God
was 3 minutes and
hands
23
on beats this
songs,
gospel.
and one that was 3 minutes and 33 seconds
Yep,
long.
yep, you're right. But the
Yeah,
songs I
I
was
was like,
fucking
what
with
is this?
was Sailor,
Yeah, that was
Water.
my water was good.
And hold on, I liked one more, but I can't.
There was an extra one with that had like three features. It was
Oh
like Ty
no,
Dolla
I
Sign
only like
and
Sailor, Water, and Follow God.
I think followed. Is that the one with Clefta something
Nah,
or
ain't nobody on that.
no? Oh, there's another one that I thought was like pretty good. Let me go on Spotify
Yeah,
because I
but
know
I
my
mean
album.
that shit is his worst album. I stand by that. And there's
Yeah, I'll agree with you. I'll agree with you on
and
that.
there
It's
was
not. It
like
wasn't great.
I'm mad that he dropped that shit. Like I mean like at the point of his career, like he could do whatever the fuck he wants. But like, people really make too many excuses for fucking Kanye West.
Eh, see, but this was what I expected it to be.
I,
Like
I,
that's why I'm not
I
bothered.
honestly expected
Oh,
it to
use this
be better.
gospel. That's what it was. Use this gospel. Nah, this was better than what I ever expected. I
Really?
didn't know how this. Yes,
Yeah,
I
I
did
gotta agree
not
with Jay
think
Hudson on
this
that.
was gonna go
Coming
well.
from Kanye, this was a better
I did
gospel album than I
not
thought he could
think
do.
this was gonna go
Nah, after
this well.
like knowing what he did with Jesus Walks,
Jesus
cause like
walks.
you gotta
That's my
understand
shit.
like the
With
history,
me, with
like the history behind that track, right? Like nobody in the industry, nobody thought that a song about God or
Yeah,
Jesus in hip hop was gonna
what's
fucking
up?
do well, but Kanye West made it happen. So I thought if he can just mirror what he did with Jesus Walk and just copy and paste. That's all I really wanted the nigga to do was copy and paste. How you did Jesus Walks, make a whole
When has
Jesus
he
Walks
copied and
album.
pasted something before though?
Yeah,
I mean, look, I'm just
and you
like,
Like
gotta
that's the
bro.
think
one thing I
this
can say
isn't
about that
like
nigga. Out of all of his, what he's on, this is his 8th or 9th album now, I think.
this is also like a different Kanye. Like
Yeah,
look at the
like
Kanye we're dealing
out of
with.
all his albums, he's never copied and pasted. And yeah, like Jason said, this is
This
a
is the one
different.
time he should have copy and pasted.
This is a different mental state of that nigga. I don't know
And
whether
not
he's
even just
finally
that, like
healthy
just
or if he's worse
nah, he's
from
definitely
where
not
he
being healthy.
was.
That nigga fat as hell.
But
But
I don't know. Like I watched all the interview he did with Big Boy, all of that stuff.
hey, I was about to watch that right now. When we start the
My
shit.
nigga, he sounds like the old Ye. He's talking like his old self.
Nah,
But niggas don't realize them antidepressants and all that medicine, if he own all that shit changes you, bro. That bipolar
He
shit will
needs that because
change the fuck out of you.
that nigga was a little wild. He needed them shits.
And something he said in the interview that I think like because Kanye, regardless of all the crazy shit he be saying and doing, he says some. He's actually intellectual. He says some shit that's like makes you be
Yeah,
like,
he
okay.
drops some gems. He drops some dimes every now and again.
He
Like
was
everybody
basically
wants to get hung
saying,
up on some shit that he said taken out of context.
basically in that entire interview, I can summarize. He basically is saying, "Nigga, when has hip hop ever followed the status quo? I'ma do me regardless. I'ma say what I want regardless. And if you don't
again,
like
I
it,
put it
oh
to you like
well."
this: like he at the point in his career where he could drop whatever the fuck he wants. That's why Jay Z can make a.
Yes,
That is
That's
true.
why Jay Z can
he
make
can.
444. He's at that point in his career. But
He
I'm
Yeah.
like,
literally said,
but I'm
"Nigga,
not
they."
gonna.
Oh my
I
God.
expect better from fucking Kanye West, and I'm not like
My nigga,
for him to drop that shit after knowing what you could do with Jesus Walks, bro. That really was a slap in
But
the
that
face.
once again,
my
you're
nigga,
saying
he
this is a different
literally
Kanye. It's
says,
not even just like his headspace. This is like him like being more like in his faith and everything.
Talking about
Like it's
buttons
just a
ass
different
Kanye.
version of this nigga.
Yeah, we're starting
this
off with
scoopty
Kanye
poopty
West.
whoopty Kanye.
"No, that's the thing." In the interview, after that, he was like, "I went from Jesus walks to that." Then he said, "I had to reevaluate myself after that." After the Scoopy Poop and the song with Lil Pump, she's a hoe, all that stuff. He was like, "I had to
Yeah.
reevaluate my mental, bro." Like,
You know what you need to save your mental right now?
what?
That shit, a new Drake album.
Did
That's
that
me
drop?
right.
Hell no,
When is
you
that
know that
supposed to be
ain't
Oh,
true.
dropping?
what?
Yeah.
Oh no,
It's coming by the end of the year.
That's a
I
fact.
don't know.
Y'all
I
let me
don't
know
know,
when
man.
the topic is about something
You know,
people actually give a damn
we
about.
about
We
to talk
got
about
you.
we
We
about to
got
see,
you,
bro.
Mr. Krabs.
But I'm just saying, like, it,
Do you
like
feel it, Mr. Krabs?
Man, I know you ain't trying to say nothing. You look like his daughter, your pink head ass. Boy.
Bitch, you look like the worm, nigga. Shut your ass up, boy.
oh no.
Big word.
Big perm, big. I don't give a damn. So we done with Kanye. Moving on.
yeah, let's move on, cause I'm really like, I'm not hearing what the fuck y'all saying, trying to say that this shit is good. This shit was not good. If
It was
you
Yeah,
good.
if
shit
you
was
I
like
expected
it,
trash.
worse.
if you like it, fine. But the shit was trash.
I expected worse. I
I
don't
don't
think
know
this
Yeah,
is
I
his
can say that it
how I
It's
wasn't
not
his
his best
best
work.
I
project.
don't
It's
know
a
how you
I
completely
did
expected
different
worse. I
genre.
expected better. Like that's you know
no,
what
I
I mean. Like
expected
that's
way
the way
worse
I
than
look
this.
at it.
Yeah, I
There's
expected way
no.
worse.
The minute he said, "I'm not dropping Yandi, I'm dropping
Yeah,
Jesus King," I said, "I'm
Jesus is King.
expecting
I was
some
like, all
shit."
right. This man, I've heard a lot of good gospel songs, so I don't know if you grew up listening to that,
Of
but I
All I
course.
know is Lil Uzi do this, bro.
so when I heard this album. I was like, this was a nice mix. This was a big
If
switch.
Lil Uzi does anything similar to what Kanye did, I gotta stop standing that nigga. I
All
gotta
right, fuck
stop.
that. We're moving on. Okay. So now we gonna talk
Oh,
about.
you don't like Lil Uzi?
I'm not feeling what y'all saying about this Kanye shit. Like that really got me hot. Like I feel some type
It
of
was
way.
it was
I feel some
average,
type of
nigga.
way
It won't.
about what y'all saying about Kanye. I really do. Like it's
It
just
was really average.
like I
You
don't
mad
Super
that
like
niggas
like
average.
I
don't agree
nah
with you?
nah I realize that we don't live on the same planet. Like this shit is crazy. Like oh
Shit, what earth they on,
I
man?
thought it was gonna be worse. What?
I did. I
Yes.
did. I did. I didn't put
Okay,
him too
listen.
highly.
If anyone else,
Wait, he said you
hold on,
thought it was gonna be worse.
they said they
I
thought it was gonna
did.
be worse. Listen,
Not
bro.
gonna lie.
Like,
I
hold on. I'll put it
mean,
to y'all like
hey,
this.
Scoopy Whoop. Hey,
Hey, that song was fire. I ain't gonna lie to you. Not gonna lie
fuck
to you.
out of here. Hey,
Not
yeah,
gonna
we
lie to you.
moving on, bro.
No,
We
listen,
moving
okay, hold
on.
on.
We move. Nah.
Let me just say
We
this
really
last thing.
moving on.
Let me say this last thing. If someone like Chance the Rapper dropped this album, it would be a good album for Chance the Rapper.
Fuck no.
Yes, it would.
No,
It
and
would be a good
Chance could do
album.
I
better than that.
hate. I'm
It
gonna
would
Chance
be
say
a
could,
good
this, and
album.
y'all
Chance
gonna
could
hate
do
I
me
ain't
for
better
it,
even
than
but
that.
like that big day shit, so we
I
gonna
don't
keep it
like that
pushing.
big day shit
I hate
neither.
Chance the Rapper, bro. And if he dropped this,
He's
I would
never been the
literally
same.
call this shit trash.
Well, then you're biased.
Acid rap chance is great, but
Yes,
all that other
I
shit.
hate Chance the rapper he is now. I hate that shit, bro. Acid rap Chance, all that shit. That was my nigga. I don't know who this nigga is.
Whatever. All right, we're moving on.
What's next?
Let's talk about My Hero. So there's like, I guess, let me actually pull up the chapter because I want to
Hey,
talk about it.
Wallow.
Wallow, come back because I want to talk about it
Yeah.
in like parts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, we're talking about My Hero. So like the first part of My Hero, or the first, actually, what did y'all think of the chapter overall? Let's do that.
It was like a 6 or 7.
Growth.
Yeah, it's kind of
It
like
was
just telling
straight,
them
you
like
know. It was set up,
shit they need to go
boring.
grow on. Yeah,
Did
It
y'all
was
like
it
it? Did
was
y'all
it
not
was
like
just
it?
hell
Nothing
yeah.
happened that much.
I
I
liked it. It was
always
nothing. It wasn't
always
nothing
like
crazy.
growth.
Yeah, it wasn't nothing crazy. But I like where they're leading to because it's gonna show like it's telling you like what they're gonna be working on while they give us like a time skip. Because I know they're not gonna sit here for the next fucking like I don't know how many chapters building up to the fucking moment they gotta fight. They gonna like have like a little bit of time go by and then show the training, like how well they've been like working with Endeavor for I don't know how many months they say once we get find out or weeks or whatever the fuck. And it's gonna show like these new abilities that they have, and then we know like that's where it came from, not just like it just coming out the fucking blue.
One thing that I personally like, I'm gonna say personally because like a lot of people might not share the same concept with me, but you feel me? It's showing me why Deku was gonna be the number one or one of the greatest heroes ever because he has All Might's quirk. When he finally gets his body from like all that shit, once he finally get right,
Mm-hmm.
if he's working like how Endeavor works with mastering his mind and all this shit as well, because we know Deku's a thinker.
Mm-hmm.
If he masters that side of it too, it's no question that he should be better than All Might. Because like they said in the
Right.
chapter, not everybody is blessed like him to be able to just do this shit from day one.
Yeah,
You
have
feel me?
natural talent like that.
Yeah, you feel me? Like nigga, Endeavor said I had to work my ass off just to be able to try to compete.
Yeah, so the first part of the chapter, or what I'm classifying as the first part, is sort of that moment with all three of them in Endeavor, and Todoroki and Bakugo have this back and forth over how Endeavor is moving so fast, right? Um,
Mhm.
what did y'all think about sort of that moment? And then we get like the chapter starts off with Deku essentially talking about his journey up until this point, and how he views mastering all six quirks and why he needs to be so fast at fucking building it. But anyway, what y'all think about that first part?
Bakugo is showing me more and more why he's always gonna be a threat for Deku, like always. That nigga is really fucking like he's so perceptive. Like you think he's just a hothead, but he's perceptive as fuck. He noticed his shit and everything like that. He was talking like Cash Money shit to Todoroki. He was like, "What can you tell me that I didn't notice? Please enlighten me." I was like,
I mean,
"Damn."
he even had a race with
Yeah,
Endeavor and was
yeah.
really forcing it, like really forcing it.
Like, it was ridiculous, like how good he is. And then Shoto's good, of course. Like we know that he's been training under Endeavor for a long time. But for Bakugo, just a random kid off the street to be on par with him at all times, it's ri-
But
it's
this is
it's
like
ridiculous.
these are one of the one of the reasons why I'm such an avid fan of My Hero, because unlike One Piece, right? Like Horikoshi like takes the time to break down the logic of why person A is doing thing A. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and how it makes sense based on the application of their quirk. It's not like, Luffy's on the C train and all of a sudden can do Gear Second. Like that doesn't exist in My Hero. And like that, just to see that logic and that explanation explained, you know what I mean? Like it's something real
Yeah.
light, but like
It's
that
a more realistic world
it fucking matters. Yeah.
because there's more realistic consequences. One
bro.
Piece is more like
Yeah, because all these people are just
fairy type.
mutations. And they still have like human limitations to an extent. They can't just do whatever the fuck. The motherfuckers feel pain just like
But
any other
but
regular person.
like this shit just goes to show you how advanced of a nigga Endeavor really is, bro. Like at all times when he's using that flash fire step, bro, he's basically condensing all that power into one spot, and he does it so quick. You feel me? And he doesn't let that limit his mind from figuring out everything that's going on in the situation, scenario. This man is just OP, bro, when it
I
comes
mean,
down to it.
even there's a little moment where he talks about how the shit connects to Main Street, and that's why he was blocking paths off and shit. Like just
Yeah,
like his awareness as a hero is something that like to have that
it's
explained
crazy.
too. Like I feel
And
like
to
that.
have Bakugo recognize that shit immediately, that was the real thing that caught me. I was like, this nigga here. I ain't even like Bakugo always, but this nigga really
You
growing on me.
tripping, bro. Bakugo that goon, nigga.
He used to be annoying as fuck to me. He used to be
Yeah,
annoying
I
as
mean,
shit.
He that goon,
I don't
bro.
really have an opinion about Bakugo. Honestly, he's not really my
To
favorite.
me, I don't like his attitude and shit, bro. But I don't give a fuck about that when it
Yeah, that
comes
used to
down to
rub
him
me the
being a
wrong way.
hero.
It's not
That
even
used to
his
rub me the
that
wrong way.
attitude.
nigga,
Like
But
bro.
there's
then,
just nothing about his character that I'm drawn to. Like I'm more like I was more invested in fucking Shigaraki and Mirio and fucking you know what I
yeah,
mean. Like I don't
yeah,
even
me
like
too.
Hey,
Deku that
listen,
fucking
we
much.
don't want nobody else on the Shigaraki train.
Listen,
Go away.
listen. I'm on that train. It don't matter.
Go away.
I refuse. I already got my ticket. Look, so then there's the second part of the chapter where he's essentially explaining to Bakugo and Todoroki how the shit works and how they need to apply that to themselves. And I guess the third part also is him explaining to Deku what Deku needs to sort of mimic that. So what did y'all think about that sort of that clump?
He's turning Deku into Mirio because Mirio does the exact same shit with his quirk.
Nah, but the
Everything's
air
second
pressure
nature to him.
shit like made so much sense to me. I was just like, oh fuck. Like if he released air pressure out of his legs while he was moving, the nigga would be devastatingly fast.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, it
retarded
would.
Like
fast.
devastating fast. Like that's fucking. And
And you'd
he's
be like,
already
oh
getting
my,
nice with his legs and shit too.
And
So like,
and and it not only that, but it's a fluctuation in power at all times.
mm-hmm.
You feel me? So he could essentially be say he's his full cow. He's using it at 20%, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's maintaining that the whole time through
Mm-hmm.
while he's in full cow. He could be running using 30% every time his feet are hitting
The pavement.
surface.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's what. But like that, like that has consequences to when he fights too. Cause you know what I'm saying. Your legs put out more power than your arms do. So if he boxing a nigga and do them air punches and shit, and niggas will think that shit is dangerous, but it's light or whatever. If he do that shit and switch to a kick, that's twice the amount of force that's coming fucking at you, bro. And if he
yeah,
could do that shit subconsciously,
That's why Endeavor really is that nigga, bro. Cause he
It's
told him, bro. He said, "Stop trying to do that other shit." He's like, bro, niggas do this every day. Like, you feel me?
not for real.
He
No,
Yeah,
said,
it was the analogy that he hit him with. It was just like, listen, if you learned how to drive, you know what I'm
"Oh,
saying? To the point where like if you yawn and drive, you don't automatically crash. That shit is fucking facts. Like, oh man,
yeah.
I just love the way that shit broke down, man.
yeah, it's showing you like there's different ways of being a great hero, bro. Like you got the brute force way, all might way. You feel me? Then you got this nigga who's attention to detail.
Hmm. Like
That's fire.
I really want Deku to start fighting like Sanji, except with hands too. You know what I mean? Like if he really start kicking motherfuckers like Sanji be kicking motherfuckers, bro. Oh damn, I might have to stand for Deku. Swear to God.
Like shit. This beyond this. Besides all that, it was funny as shit to me, bro. When that nigga Deku started saying, "Hey, ain't that similar to how the nigga AP shot working?" He said, and that nigga Bakugo said, "Bruh, you
Stop pocket
analyzing
watching,
me?
nigga.
You're
Stop
weird."
pocket
Yeah, he
watching
said
me,
stop
nigga.
stop looking at my moves like that. What the fuck is wrong with you?
That shit was funny, bro.
But you know what that tells me about Deku?
That nigga's a studier.
This nigga, if he studied Bakugo to that extent, he literally has all of class. Every person he's fought or at least trained with or sparred with his classmates, he has all of those niggas in his mental notes to the
Yeah,
point where he knows if he does this, his next options are A and B. If I cancel out
bro.
B, it's only A, and I can counter that shit. And I
That's
like that.
he's basically a combined. He's going to
He's
be
Night
a
Eye and All Might
combined version. Not Night Eye,
Who?
Endeavor, and All Might, because he has the mental capacity to analyze shit like Endeavor, and he has All Might's quirk.
True.
It's gonna be a devastating
Oh, and best
combo.
believe them other niggas, the other quirk holders in the fucking one for all, they gonna teach him and tell him some shit too. Best
Oh, you
believe.
know, hey,
Oh
listen,
yeah, I know that's right.
they showed us this besides that, they showed us Ochako and them on that cover page because they getting right too.
Listen,
Yeah,
Oh
but
they
yeah.
they
training.
need to develop Ochako the right way. Like she needs to do that. Can she do that gravity shit on herself? Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Yes.
she can make
But it's
Okay.
only
herself
for
float.
she only can do herself for a limited time though.
Listen,
Versus everybody else
if
is.
she do that shit on herself and she start dropping like the weight of the world at motherfuckers' heads and shit, she'd be devastating. If she had like Mirio level precision, where she light enough to be quick as fuck, but the moment she hits you, it's the fucking force of a planet. I'm
But you wanna know something though? I think her quirk evolution is fuck having to touch the shit. If you in the surrounding vicinity, you finna feel
Yeah,
this
you
shit.
floating,
oh well,
bro.
that's
And
broken.
she can remove mentally, so you gotta realize that.
That's
Like
broken.
unless you can fly, she can stop everything you're doing.
I don't know if I would like her to have like a Shigaraki type range with her shit, because that'd be broken.
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 Nigga, if they the next
I'm
generation of
still a
pro
little
heroes,
bit.
they
No,
gonna
no,
have some broken type of shit.
I don't think it'll work like that just off of the simple fact. That's why she's learning. That's
How to
why she
fight.
go so hard with that gun head shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Cause
that
she
she's
trying to
finna be
throw
fighting.
finessing
hands.
niggas. And not only that, bro. It's like, bro, you could be the fattest or heaviest motherfucker. As soon as she grab you, bro, you dunked.
You
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
You done though. As soon as
Imagine
she
she
touches
No,
made
you,
you
you
light
go.
as hell and kicked you like a fucking balloon, bro. Like that would just be devastating, my
yeah,
nigga.
but Waller, the only reason I brought that up with the whole range thing is sooner or later in the story, I'm gonna call this shit now. All them niggas when the League of Villains when they fight them niggas, they gonna be in situations where it's like they gotta go plus ultra on some shit, and it's because Horikoshi brought up the quirk evolution shit for a reason. Because
Yeah.
Deku's going through it, Shigaraki's doing it, and I think specific people in Class 1A are gonna go through it. I don't think everybody's gonna do it. I think it's just specific people.
Nah, nah, nah. To me personally, that's something that could happen to any quirk.
True. It gotta be the
it's
right
just
circumstances.
yeah,
Exactly.
you feel me? Like you just gotta be under duress, under you feel me, or some shit, bro. Just
Now, look, the way I like to think about it, it's like if you read Hardcore Level in War, you know what I'm talking about. In Hardcore Level in Warrior, there's there's a way to get a power up, and the way to get that power up is you got to meet certain uh requirements. You know what I'm saying? So like I feel like it's like a product of like your environment, your personality, and just like certain like emotional triggers that'll get you to cross that shit. Like I don't think that
mm,
like I think
that's a good
Shigaraki.
one. Emotional triggers.
Yeah, like I feel like the instance with Shigaraki and the instance with Toga, like that, like they were in some
Yeah.
shit, and that's the only like if they wasn't in
Don't
that
forget my nigga
specific
Big Twice too.
situation. Oh
Don't
yeah,
forget my nigga
Yeah.
Big
and big.
Twice.
Well, Twice didn't really his quirk didn't evolve. He just realized that
He
if he feel,
just
you know what
yeah.
I mean. Like it's the most
That's
He
that's
had
obvious
but
the
then
situation.
that's the same. No, that's the same thing for Shigaraki. Remember his shit to
It didn't evolve. It just went
Oh
back to
what's
no,
big?
you
regular.
right, you right. Because
Yeah,
when it first popped off, it was like that too. Yeah, when he killed his
yeah,
family, it was like that.
the nigga literally said like in his eyes it is evolution. You feel me?
But that was just how his
Stress
quirk
man.
always was.
Yeah, cause you feel me? Redestro, he looking at it like, yeah, this is an evolution, bro, because he's watching the nigga go. Cause remember, he has the nigga studied and pegged out. He has to
Right,
grab niggas to disintegrate them,
right.
and now he's literally seeing this nigga decay his surroundings.
Yeah.
Like he's like, bro,
that's
what the fuck is this?
Oh my god.
that's another point I was gonna bring up. I feel like
All
the
three of them.
children in My
They all
Hero,
leveled up.
the children, and when you finally get over your mental block, whatever. But the children, I want to bring it up because those niggas, I think the children have your rawest form of your ability as a child, but the society that they're in teaches you to repress that to the point where you can live and be active in society. So for certain niggas, if you get over that repression and that mental block, nigga, you going back to your quirk to what it originally was supposed to be. You feel me?
That's a good feasible theory because it's just like what Muriel was talking about when he first like when his quirk first manifested. Nigga was like falling through the world, nigga couldn't
Yeah.
breathe and shit, bro. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, this shit just was super, super
Yeah. He was
phasing.
having real difficulty. Yeah.
Yeah, niggas was
Yeah, basically it was
playing it
raw.
like
It was just raw and unpolished, basically.
That would have been
I
scary as fuck, bro. I ain't
Yeah,
gonna front.
Terrified.
yeah, no,
Imagine.
literally
Listen.
anybody would freak out at that. Like
Yeah.
I
that's
thought,
such a
yeah,
solid point. Like could you like if you like thinking about like oh well no, that's not a good example. But anyway, like just imagine just basic phasing. Like
I
obviously
gotta
if that shit just developed out of nowhere, you would just fall through everything. That just makes mad sense. Like I never
I wanna
understood seeing that shit in a TV show or something, and somebody phased through a door by accident, but they don't phase through the floor.
Floor. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, dumb,
have
dumb.
y'all seen that My Hero parody that them niggas did, the live action one?
Nah.
Nah, I seen the
It was
Naruto the
on
movie though.
YouTube. No, it was on the My Hero LA or whatever.
Nah,
The UA
Oh
LA, that's what
yeah.
it's
Yes. That shit was
that the
great.
main villain in that nigga had a scary ass quirk if you developed as a child. It's basically Corzone's fruit. Imagine that, but you have that since birth. Nigga, you are literally by yourself and no one can hear you scream, yell, none
Yeah.
of that.
Like he gets rid of. He makes you non-existent to the rest of the world outside of
Basically,
his
yeah.
bubble.
oh my god.
It's fucking terrifying.
No,
You
that's
do like
horrible.
Yeah.
if you inside that bubble, you do
Yeah.
not exist. So he can do
Yeah.
whatever he wants to do to you in that bubble. He can creep like imagine that in this
That's
actual
fucked
My
up,
Hero
boy.
story. It was a villain that could creep up behind you. You don't even know the nigga there. Hush, straight silence, and then boom, you dead. You didn't even know that nigga was there.
Yeah, nah, I don't fuck with that. I don't
That's a
like that.
that's
Yeah.
a
It
lethal
was.
motherfucker.
Yeah. It was
Yeah,
ridiculous. It
you
was
only see that nigga
ridiculous. I was
coming
like,
up on
yo.
you though. That's the crazy part, man. There's so many quirk ideas that could possibly be feasible and that are fucking broken at the same time. It's scary as shit to develop.
Man,
It's
I
just
want to see Dark Shadow evolution.
I hate that nigga can fly now,
I
but I
saw
hate
some
that, bro.
people criticize like the development of his quirk because he could like
Yeah,
there's a move that he has where he can envelop Dark Shadow over his body and that lets him
Mm-hmm.
that lets him be mobile and fly. But
Yeah.
now he puts the jacket on, which makes him look just fucking stupid in my opinion.
Retarded. Looks
Yeah.
retarded. Yes.
No,
But it
no.
always
See,
gives
see.
him
Wait, wait,
something
wait,
for a
wait.
shadow to use.
No, when he
It's
cloaks himself with it, it doesn't make him fly. That
Well,
just
Dark Shadow's holding him.
yeah,
As
not
a,
necessarily.
It's just an
It's just
exoskeleton. It's not a. It's
yeah.
that's basically.
Basically, it just turns into an exoskeleton because
and he's
it
just
like
doing the
covers his
wings.
head. No, because remember, it don't really got like when he flies with it, it wraps his hands around him and then they
Yeah.
stick off like wings.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so
yeah. But what
it's
he's
like Dark
doing
Shadow's
is
carrying him.
he's keeping
Yeah.
Dark Shadow under his cloak on his back. So
He
then Dark
needs
Shadow's
if
able to stick out of
Nah,
his
but I
Pokemon.
hand.
like well I mean I understand the logic of it, but like I fuck with the where Dark Shadow just wrap him, just go over his body, he look like
Yeah,
Batman
the
and that shit.
Batman cloak. Yeah, that shit was
Yeah.
fire as shit.
That shit is dope. Like this jacket shit, really. Like he need to like they need to build
Man,
him a suit or something.
Yeah, I think the jacket thing is only a mobility thing. I think that's what that was for.
But he needs different
Because
modes, I
there's
would
not
say,
one person
where
in
he
their class
can.
that can really like fly, other than
man,
Ochako, but she
he need
can't
to
even
get
fly
his hand to
fast.
hand combat on one, bro.
For
Because
real.
if he himself is fading shit, and then you got that coming out as backup and just come out and clock a nigga in their head, bro. That's
Yeah.
As we're
Yeah,
like
talking
because we
about it,
know
like
Dark
Dark
Shadow's a
Shadow,
sentient being, isn't it?
yeah,
It
but
Yeah,
like
Dark Shadow
Dark
it's
has a
a
Dark
lot.
Shadow
mind.
is essentially like a better done
Yeah.
version of Daifuku.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is completely.
I will use a different example. I
yeah,
can't think of the manga I'm thinking of,
Daifuku
but I know
gotta
what you're
rub
talking about.
himself,
Still.
bro.
Exactly.
Fucking
Exactly. That's why I say he a better version, because I can't support some nigga that gotta rub one out before his shit come out. You know what I mean? Like that's
You
trash,
just
bro.
send the nigga
Yeah.
smiling at you, rubbing
the
his
nigga
shit.
don't even be fighting the whole time. He just rubbing himself,
Rubbing
bro.
his like nope, next. Fuck that nigga.
The nigga just weak, bro. I don't fuck with that nigga at all,
How
bro.
you show me that, but then you show me a real nigga like Oven? You know what I mean? Like that's just crazy.
Big OV nigga, that nigga is boom.
Oven, I don't care what nobody say. Oven still to this day is MVP of Whole Cake Island.
He
Mm,
Bro,
was.
from Big Mom's side, you damn right, bro. He
He
was on
was.
bumpers all
All
day.
the whole time, the whole time. Like
Bro,
he
this
like
That
nigga,
I'm
nigga ain't never
surprised he ain't
rest.
get sleep by Sanji in that moment, but the fact that he did it just is kudos.
bro, you know what was one of my favorite oven parts, like, or scenes?
Hmm.
When Puddin said, "Oh, we're doing the cake and blah blah blah," and the oven said, he said, "All right, Puddin, you can go." But then he smacked off on
Chiffon.
Chiffon like, "But you." That nigga said, "But you have to be punished."
Oh my god.
That nigga don't play, bro. I give it to him. He tough. The
I
only
still
thing I
want to know
didn't
how
fuck
that
with
nigga's not
Oven
the
was the
Logia.
shoes and socks, bro.
mhm.
Nigga was out here looking like the leprechaun, bro. What the fuck?
Nigga, the last thing I was looking at is this nigga's shoes and socks,
Bruh,
bro. Like,
I
listen to
noticed
me,
that,
bro.
but
When you
I didn't
seen
hold
the
you.
anime and you see
oh,
it
I
in
ain't
color,
watch it in
bro,
the anime.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
it
didn't
fucks
watch it
with
in
you.
the anime.
It fucks with you.
Yeah, some of these One Piece characters,
bruh,
they fits be looking like, bro, what are you doing? Like
bruh, the
you saw the
nigga
red.
literally had the most colorful orange and white
Yeah,
socks I ever seen in
yeah,
my life.
yeah, he
Mm.
And
did.
then
Mm-hmm.
and then his shoes, my guy. The one buckle on that bit like the leprechaun, bro.
Them the leprechaun ones, bro, the OG version.
Yo, I still want to know how that nigga's not a Logia. If Aokiji is a fucking Logia. Like, explain
Who?
that.
Who you talking about?
Aokiji
I
is
think he
the.
can generate heat. I don't think he is heat.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
thought that
yeah,
because
nigga
that
was
he
nigga
heat.
just
was
generates
heat.
it.
That
And
shit, that scene with
I
the
mean,
fishing would look
he
completely
would be
different.
gas. Like that's what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
he'd be a
Bro,
gas in state.
listen,
Yeah, if he
man.
was heat,
That
he'd be a gas.
bro, what's
Yo,
what's
that nigga
raw to me,
Caesar
bro, is
could be
how
smoking.
this man looked at the gun in what's his name hand, and that shit heated up. I said, "Oh
Yeah, the nigga
no!"
had a fucking laser beam. Like, what?
I said, "Oh no!"
My favorite scene from nigga to this day is when he on the pier and was it a pier or a boat? I forgot which one it was. It was either
Yeah,
a
no,
pier or
no,
a boat.
he was sitting on the pier, bro. He put his hands in the
Yeah, he put
water,
his
bro.
hands in the
Yes,
water.
when his
Boom,
hand
that
went
shit
pure
immediately.
white and he put that
Hey,
shit in the water, I
hold
was
on.
like,
Before
oh,
we
this
get too
nigga.
deep into this One Piece conversation, is there anything else y'all want to talk about when it comes to My Hero or no?
Nah,
Um,
not for right now.
yeah,
We think of some new topic. We'll bring that back.
All right, so let's move on. Let's get y'all want to do Trash Clover? Or you want to do Kingdom?
Oh my god, I don't fuck with Trash Clover, bro.
Just get it out the way. Let's get
yeah,
I don't I
Black
don't
Clover
I
out
don't
the
read
way.
that shit. So whoever read it, go ahead.
Okay, so basically in this chapter, we've now learned that nigga, it's different forms of magic. Cause
yeah.
Oh my
Tio
That's
Tio was
interesting.
god.
telling me this, right? He was trying to say I was wrong, but nigga, the niggas in I think this the Heart Kingdom, right? They use
Yeah,
runes. That's nature, nigga. That's
yeah.
pure
They use
nature.
what you just say?
Runes
Runes. They using runes and stuff like the
instead of
you
just
know
their
the
own
shit.
magic
Look,
source. Yeah,
yeah, that
they
old
use like
magic
nature
shit.
magic source.
It's like magic
Yeah,
gems essentially or stones.
Yeah, or like no. It's like actual like writing.
yeah,
It's
like the
writing instead of
writing
like
Like
pops up, my nigga.
in a
yeah.
scroll or like it's on a stone.
No,
Nah,
No,
it
nigga, it's
be
in the
flowing,
air.
bro.
yeah, it
Yeah, it's
It just be
Oh.
floats.
floating in the
flowing,
Yeah,
air.
bro.
and the
It's
nigga
like
we
the
seen
nigga from
like,
Fairy Tale that can like write scripts and it does shit.
I mean, that's not
No,
He
manga
you
used to
talking
write
about
though.
trap.
Levi, but that's the chick.
mm-hmm,
And now it's like
Oh,
that dude in
Legend
yeah,
my
does it too.
it's the
Yeah,
mangaka in My Hero,
yeah.
the one
Manga
with the,
dude in My Hero.
yeah.
that
Something
nigga's
But
similar to
that's
that.
broken.
everybody in the Heart Kingdom.
That
That's
nigga
not
is
just that
super
nigga.
broken.
So that shows
Yeah.
me that it's different powers out there. Like
No,
that nigga,
you know what really threw me off?
or
That there's remember according to what we knew, nigga, there was only three elemental things, bro. This other one just came out the woodwork like that. The fourth? So
Yeah,
there's more?
yeah. The fourth,
mm-hmm.
the water one.
Yeah, that's what I said. So there's more.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Or
I'm betting there's a spirit for every element. I think niggas said
yeah,
that
I
when
thought there
Salamander
should be a
popped up.
spirit for every element.
Yeah, there's a spirit
Yeah,
for
but
every
that
Like
element.
remember
fire,
at first
air.
from what they were saying it was only three.
I
I
think
guess
this
it
Cause I
is
was
the
only
don't.
three
third.
that they knew
We've only
about.
seen two.
Yeah, it
We've
was that
only
they
yeah. Well,
knew.
so we've only seen two. We've seen the air. We've seen the fire, and that's it.
What was the
We haven't
third
seen
one that
any
they
other
said it
ones.
was that they knew about? The air, the fire, and what was the third one?
I thought that was it. I thought it was gonna be water.
No, they while I was right, they did mention the third one. It
Yeah,
was the
they mentioned
salamander, the
three.
pixie, and something else.
Yeah, and it wasn't water. It definitely wasn't water.
It was fire. When was it?
Yeah, they
I
said
don't think it was
they did
Earth.
say
It
one of the
wasn't
three
Earth. I
great
don't think it
spirits.
was. I don't know what the fucking
I
third
can't
element
remember
was.
what it was, bro, off the top of my motherfucking head, bro. But
I'm about to Google that shit because
Yeah,
no, I
but
I
know.
to my
know there was
niggas
a
that
third
do,
one that they mentioned.
yeah, this chapter puts shit in perspective that the Clover Kingdom, they got some strong niggas, but everywhere else, bruh, oh, they
There's
got
a
equally as
reason
strong, if
everyone
not
can. Yeah,
stronger
I was about
niggas.
to say, there's a reason everyone can hold their in their own land and
And
not get
it's just
invaded by
like
the other cities.
we don't even know what position nigga is. They said that I
Well,
think in this chapter they revealed that the ranking from Magic is from 9 to 0.
Hmm.
9 being asked that you have no magic capabilities whatsoever, but
Yeah.
0 being the nigga that was fighting.
You a god.
Um, yeah,
Yeah.
what was the nigga's name? Was it
Noel.
Langr? It wasn't Langris. Was that Langris or was that Fenwell?
Nah, he was
No,
fighting
he's
Noel.
fighting
Noel
Noel
hit him with that water shit, bro.
No, it was
yeah.
Clapped his
Noel.
ass.
It was because I know it was Noel, Mimosa,
And what's his
Asta, and
name?
somebody else that
Finral.
went with him. It
Finral.
was Fenwell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fenrir, that's the nigga name. I couldn't even
Yeah,
think of that.
it's just
Y'all ain't gonna disrespect my niggas.
I'm this chapter it got me back. Okay, hype for Black Clover, but it's like
Yeah, me too. Cause
after the previous
the
that
elf
last
shit, that
arc,
was
but after
Man,
the
bro,
elf
that
shit, bro,
shit made me hate Black Clover, bro.
yeah.
I'm not gonna
I
say it
was
made
Like,
me
bro,
hate it.
sitting
It's just
there
that
like
I
that
couldn't
shit, bro, that shit made me hate it, bro.
I
Because
couldn't preach for it like I
it was,
could after the elf
it
arc.
was rinse and repeat for about 20 to 30
chapters.
chapters, bro. They just run
Yeah.
into some of their friends, their elves,
Mm-hmm.
ask the one shots them, they're done.
Yep.
They run
And
into some
then
more, one shot again, they're done. And it kept happening, bro. I said, bro, when is this gonna end?
The
That
only
shit was
good thing that
gay,
came out
bro.
of that arc was it revealed certain people's powers and abilities. Like
yeah,
Charmy,
I was about to say Charmy was like the best thing I got out of that. Cause everyone else, I was like, bitch, I already knew you was capable. No else power.
because they had
Yeah, you
in
did
the
get
first
two. That was the
couple of
only two good things
chapters
out of
of
it.
Black Clover, they had revealed
Nah,
the Black Bull
what's his name was on one though, bro. Luck,
who Luck. Oh,
the lightning
Elf
nigga.
Luck
That's his
was a
name, man.
beast. Yeah,
Yeah, he was on shit, bro. He was on neck, bro. He was on it. He was on that, dude.
You know they got taken out by motherfucking Magna.
Bruh,
Like,
And
remember
what?
he
what?
only remember they didn't stop that nigga. They only stopped him because remember he started to fight back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You feel me? But that nigga he was blitzing shit, bruh.
Oh yeah. If it wasn't for Vanessa, them niggas
I was about to
would have
say,
Yeah,
got
that's
their
what I
I'm,
armor
said.
I've been
cut.
Remember
telling niggas, bro.
they started fucking with his head and he started to fight back
You
the
know, the
fucking
power of
elf
friendship
shit, bruh.
shit. Yeah, they
Yeah.
started fucking with his head, like luck, fight back, the power of friendship, be your friends, all that shit. And
That
he
man
overcame that
was
bit.
blitzing they shit, bruh.
But
Nigga, bruh,
Yeah.
remember they should have been dead like 5 times, bitch.
Yeah. I was
yeah,
gonna say he killed Magna like at least 10 times.
Dog, I ain't gonna
and
lie,
don't
bro.
forget
That man
Magnus
was
the vice captain of the
blitzing.
Black Bulls. Never forget that.
That was
Yeah.
blitz. I ain't gonna lie, that shit. Even
Yes,
though, like I
indeed.
said, bro, that shit, bro, that arc just alone made me just disgusted with that shit, bro. But all in all, I like it. It's just, bro, I don't. That almost turned it into fairy tale for me,
That's what I was thinking. I was like, man, is
hmm
this what people were talking about with the whole fairy tale thing? Cause I'm seeing
bro,
it.
because it was heading down that path. But luckily, he caught himself and he said, "Fuck it," because if y'all really peep what happened at the end, with the elf shit, it kind of got rushed.
Yeah,
hmm
Cause he realized he had to hurry up and end that bullshit.
yeah, I agree. Cause like even the way they took him out, they was like, look, this is gonna be the last punch. Cause this is
It,
gone long enough.
exactly, bro.
Like,
Like you know what I'm saying. Think about it. How are you supposed to beat a nigga whose magic is word magic? He says it and
yeah,
it
like they
happens.
just talk. Like, yeah, anything he says happens. It's like, come on, fam.
You're not supposed to beat that nigga like that, bro. You feel me?
Yeah,
That's why they just really had to get that over with because that shit was draining the fuck out of everybody. Everybody was sick. Well, not everybody, but a lot of people was
but
getting sick of that shit.
like the sales were dropping. Like it wasn't even like getting looked at too much. Like you had
Yeah.
like the diehard fans and everybody that was gonna read still week to week, but it's like, damn, like my nigga, like what?
Yeah,
I
me.
don't
Like I said, it was fairy tale level. I was forcing myself to read it.
yeah. Like I'm already invested this far. That's the only reason I'm still reading this shit. Like I'm praying it gets better because there's so much more you gotta do. And then the Magic Emperor coming back to life. Bitch, I almost died.
that I wasn't mad about that. I'm gonna tell you why. The only reason I wasn't mad because me and a couple other niggas, if you really paid attention, that shit was foreshadowed. It was called that shit was called back when I first met that nigga because they had brought up what the fuck is that shit on your forehead. He said, I think he said Julie said something like, "This is my trump card," or he literally, I think he either that or he explained what the fuck it was, right? Then it's like niggas got T because he came back. My nigga, he literally is a time wizard. In what
I'm not
story do
going.
you know that most time wizards cannot come back from
Yeah,
whatever that
I'm not.
happened?
That's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna hold you. Like I wasn't overly pissed that he came back. I wasn't happy about it, but I wasn't because I felt that nigga died too soon. I was like, yo, because I
It
thought
did
the
take away
story
from
was
his death.
rushing.
It did. It did take away from his death
Look,
because niggas was like,
Yeah,
what
"Oh,
I'll
what the fuck
say
we
was
about to
how
do
he
now?"
saved everybody in the kingdom like that. That was finesse.
yeah,
That was
it was
finesse.
crazy. It was crazy, and then he got
That
stabbed,
was
and I was like, get the fuck. No, no, you can't kill this nigga after he just did that shit. You're not gonna do this to me. That's the
But you
last
know what's
great thing we
crazy?
see.
I think niggas would have been happier with the arc if Julius hadn't came back. I think that's what ruined it for a lot of niggas. I know
It
Wallace said he didn't like the rinse and repeat, but a lot of niggas was furious about what happened to
like
Julius.
yeah, I wanted to see how they were gonna rebuild the kingdom. You know? Like what are they gonna do to like fix everything that's now broken? Trust with people because everybody's gonna be looking at them like with traumatic eyes, like, oh, you're still an elf, you're gonna yeah, or some shit
And the
like
shit
that,
that fucked me up. You
and then
had
this nigga just actually comes back to life.
no, the shit that fucked me up. After that, you got the niggas in the court. Nigga,
Oh,
that nigga's
boy.
magic is OP, bro. Where were you doing this whole entire fight? Where were
That's what
you?
I was saying.
Who you talking about? You talking about that nigga with
The
that nigga?
scales.
Yes.
That nigga is something crazy,
Like, nigga, you couldn't have done not. You didn't do anything this entire
He did
fight.
nothing. Nothing. The whole fight.
bruh. Nigga was just minimizing niggas' powers, bruh. Like what the fuck, bro? Type of shit is this?
Yeah, I was like, you got to
Like, you know how
be
much help you could have been
serious.
during this entire arc, my nigga?
Yeah,
And
there's only three. It's still Salamander and Undyne. It's the
That's
spirit
what
of
it
water.
is. It's only those three?
Yeah,
I could have
those are
sworn it
all.
was three when they
that we
first
know,
announced it.
bro. Listen,
Those are the only known
even in
spirits
the
that we know of.
okay, see, that's the ones that we know of, right? Okay,
Yeah.
but remember, see, that's why I say something don't add up, bro. Because that shit literally in the chapter said the fourth spirit.
There might have been either that was a translation error on their part, or that nigga just retconned his own story this early on.
Yeah, maybe.
Bro, like you feel me? This shit, bro. Y'all, I don't know, bro. Like I said, I know I
Yeah, I
ain't
know what
tripping,
you're
bro.
talking about. Is when Yami ran into the fucking Eye of the Midnight Sun. They were talking about it because he was looking at the salamander. He was like, ah, shit. One of those spirit made magic shits. It was gonna be a pain
Yeah,
in the ass.
bro. This chapter wasn't that bad. I liked it. It was like a 7 for me. It wasn't that bad. It
Yeah,
was better than a lot
I
of
say
shit
about
than happened in Elf shit. I'll tell you
yeah,
that.
yeah. It was definitely like a 7.
Yeah, fuck that whole elf bullshit, bro.
Oh yeah,
Fuck
fuck
that.
the house. Oh, it pissed me
The
off.
only thing that I felt was cool about that shit was when my nigga Veto was out there snapping, bitch. That nigga was hard, bro. I fuck with that nigga.
Yeah.
Nah, you know what pissed
All
me
I
Veto
know
was
off?
I'm gonna
on.
tell
Alpha
you
was
is
like, "You gonna
show
pay
me
for
the
what you
dwarfs,
did."
nigga. I wanna see the fucking dwarf. Show me the dwarfs, nigga.
Yeah, that's not even see.
All right, y'all
No, what
done with
pissed me
this
off was
trash
what.
shit, man?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna even bring it up.
I hate this man,
I
bro.
mean, like, look, I'll let y'all go for a minute, bro. But like, this, like, are y'all having fun? Cause I'm not having fun.
Nigga, you gotta
Read,
discuss
nigga,
it, nigga.
read.
We put it in the shit, bro. Like, what
I
the
do
fuck?
it because I thought there was some of y'all that really like that didn't sound like y'all was having fun talking about that shit. Like everything
We were
y'all said
just,
was a negative. Y'all all talked about what y'all don't like about the shit.
We
it
said
was
some
about
things
that
we like
art. Yeah, yeah.
about this chapter. It just didn't
About this
last
Oh,
long.
y'all
chapter.
didn't
Chapter
even
was
y'all didn't
decent.
even talk about the chapter. Y'all just shit
I
on the
did in the
series.
beginning.
We
I did
did.
in
We
the
did.
beginning,
There was only
nigga.
one thing that we talked about it already.
Wow.
And then we
Yeah, the
had a
only thing you
world
can
of
talk about in this
complaints.
chapter was we know that there's now rune magic. You don't need a
Yeah.
grimoire
All
from
right,
the Heart
well, fuck
Kingdom.
it. I don't need an explanation. Y'all don't like the series. Let's move on. All right.
Oh my god, I hate this
So
man.
let's talk. Let's move on to Kingdom. Now we ain't really covered Kingdom since this channel started.
That's that heat.
So let's talk about the last couple chapters. So I'ma say the situation that happened with 10. Y'all know what I'm talking about, and then next
Asshole.
chapter.
A
What?
goat.
Asshole.
What?
This
What?
chapter was an
Oh no,
asshole.
What?
This
this
chapter
chapter
This
wasn't. This
chapter.
chapter wasn't. I
bro,
respect it.
I hate the
This
thing with
chapter.
Raboku and that nigga, bro.
I
I
agree.
hate it.
I agree. I agree. Like
Every
hold.
single time Raboku about to get faded, this nigga comes out of nowhere and said, I felt the sensation in my scar. Nigga, what?
Like just
Man,
I'm gonna digress till we
don't
get to
get me
that point. I'm gonna
Fucking
started on
digress. We can
that,
talk
bro.
about 10 first, but I just
asshole.
had to get that off my chest.
yeah.
We can
Oh
Let's
talk about
man.
ten.
before we get into the because I got some strong words for the last chapter that just dropped. But let's talk about
Yo,
the situation with 10 and the Bow brothers.
well, we
What
just
did
gotta have
y'all
a
think
moment of
about?
silence for my nigga.
I think Big Bo brother is a bitch.
But that nigga's a
What?
fader.
He
What?
came
His arrows was clipping was bodying niggas like a cannon shot.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
that nigga came through.
Yeah.
Little bro
Like
got the aim. Big bro
he
got the
blew
power.
he blew off the side of somebody's fucking face.
Face.
There was
He
Yeah.
blew a
no
chunk out. Didn't he
there
blow a
was
chunk out of the
no
horse? He
He
blew
blew
the
a
horse's
eyeball.
chunk out
leg
of
off,
You
his
had
bro.
shoulder.
half a nose. Like it was not no normal shit.
Hold on. Most
Hey, listen.
didn't he blow off the
That
horse's
nigga had
leg, bro?
He
Till
blew
he do it,
he blew
till he do it again, he's still a bitch.
Oh yeah, he got it. No, listen, he shook about it, but you know what I'm saying. He stepped up when he needed to, and
yeah,
I
dude.
listen. I didn't expect to see that. Like
I
I
didn't expect it
didn't.
to be that strong.
I thought
I
it was just
won't
gonna
lie.
be arrow in your throat and it's done. Like I didn't
Yeah.
think that the arrow would literally blow your body
Take
apart.
a chunk off that nigga, bro. He took chunks out of niggas.
Yo,
You know how
how
strong you gotta be to take a chunk out
strong?
of a nigga with an arrow,
Nigga,
bro?
how strong is his bow? That's the real
Nah, nigga,
question.
that's all him. that's
That's
Yo,
straight
nigga.
muscle,
that's
bro.
straight
Look, look,
muscle,
look, look, look,
nigga. Like
look,
it.
look, look, look. You're missing what I'm saying. So the bow has to be
Oh, it's
tough
got to be
and
real
have
tight. Yeah,
a recoil like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
That means that nigga one has to be physically strong to pull a bow that tough that can shoot like a motherfucking cannon. This nigga a god.
Orbital
Like
cannon
yo,
online.
Bruh.
to be blowing
And
our
like the thing
faces
is,
like that.
the crazy thing about this arc was like I have been screaming this whole arc. Where the fuck are the Bow Brothers? Where the
Yeah,
Hmm.
fuck
I
are the
was too.
Bow Brothers?
You know what I
Like
think? After this,
always with
Shin is gonna
10.
be like you. They're always gonna be with 10.
Always
Always.
with
Yep,
10.
Shin is gonna be like
Yep.
you
yep,
niggas are always by her side.
And
yeah.
that's
We ain't
clutch
never
for
getting
her.
caught.
That's clutch for her. Cause nobody will ever be able to pull up on 10 now. Ever. Cause they like their
Yeah.
range is retarded. Like we haven't seen the limits of their range.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, they were sniping niggas like
their
you know
range
how
is
far back they
stupid.
were from 10,
They not
and that
listen.
nigga
Yeah,
was
They wasn't their test essentially the same test as like the top 10 the bow people in the
bruh.
fucking continent
They
or whatever.
shot. Yeah, they shot this shit in the middle of the fucking barracks while niggas was walking around. They shot the target, and everybody looked at them like, "What?"
What the fuck? Yeah, like they did the shit with ease, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, the bow
but you know what's
brothers.
Yeah,
crazy?
their
This
dad was
tells
one of
me
the
it's
10 great.
niggas out there
Yeah,
better than them with this bullshit, and I need to
Nah.
see them
no,
niggas.
their dad was one of the 10 great.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying, nigga. There are 9 other niggas better than them.
Nah,
Nah.
Muten almost killed one.
Yeah.
That nigga was about to
Oh yeah,
die.
that is true.
From
That
way
nigga
or
was about to
whatever.
feel it. Yeah.
That is right. That is
That
right.
nigga was about
Oh
to
And,
feel it.
and
damn.
and then there's like there's a little one, you know what I'm saying? That's with not Zhao Chu, I think.
Shoot, it's
Yeah,
true.
yeah, yeah, I know who
You
you're
know what I
talking
mean?
about.
And I can't wait till they pop off against each other because that nigga's gonna get
Nah,
busy.
that nigga who was with Chu he was hitting shit, bro.
Listen,
Yeah.
I think the niggas that we got with us right now would big body that man.
Nah.
I have faith in the Bow brothers. Just like I think we might
Mm-mm.
have like a Hecky situation with the Bow brothers. You know what I'm saying? Like how Hecky brother had to die for Hecky to become that nigga. I think the little nigga gotta die so you know what I'm saying? The big man could be the big man.
Oh, you mean Katari? Katari?
I don't remember Hecky's brother's name.
It wasn't Heki. Heki didn't have a brother. It was
Oh
Kitari and Katari.
no.
Oh, that's right.
The mountain
I'm
brother and
thinking
sister.
The
I'm thinking
twin,
no
the
the
two
nigga
big mountain niggas.
no. I'm talking about the nigga with the gap teeth. He had a brother. When
Bihei, you talking about
yeah,
Bihei's
I'm talking about
brother?
Bihei.
Oh,
Yeah, sorry. I
Bihei.
don't know why I just said he was Hecky.
Yeah, I was like Heki.
Yeah,
Like
sorry.
Heki.
Bihei had a brother?
Yeah, BA had a
Yeah,
brother
Bihei
when
had a brother.
he died
He
when
said
That
he
Shin
is
was
quit.
the
right.
Ultra Man Commander.
He did die
Yeah,
early on, and Bihei was like, I gotta carry the team on my back.
Yeah, like BA brother single handedly was the reason why Shin alive to this day.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, he saved that nigga life completely. Carried that nigga for miles.
Can we get to this chapter
After
though,
he got
bro?
sliced up by
Okay, yeah,
Hoken.
let's get to this chapter, Rage.
By this
Let
bitch
me
Let me
ass
let me
nigga
just
Hoken.
say this.
okay, go ahead.
RP my nigga Lil Zuko. I don't know his actual name, but RP that nigga.
Yeah,
Lil
yeah,
Zuko,
that's what I
bro.
was gonna say. Hey, a moment
I
of
forgot that
silence for
nigga's
my nigga.
name.
A moment of silence for my nigga. I meant to say that in the
He
beginning.
got decimated in a single
It was
swing,
it
bro.
was sad. It was sad.
Yo,
That
that
nigga
nigga
started
got his
crying and
ass
everything.
folded, bro.
But
She already
you
knew his
saw
death was
Kyoto
coming.
hurt Shorty, her eyes open up. She said, "Oh, it's go time."
Oh yeah, you heard that
Shin was
purring
like, "It's
tone?
go time."
Yeah.
Oh no, but Kyoka
But
got nice with her breath and shit, so like she
Yeah,
really
she
could
can
fuck up
dive
Hoken.
deep into
She could
this
really
shit.
fuck
Yeah,
up
she
Hoken.
finna.
All they need to do is drive this nigga into the woods like the bitch he is, man. Like
They're gonna kill him.
I don't
Hoken
think he
dies.
dies in this arc.
Hoken
no,
dies.
Shin
He
is gonna
has to.
scar him again, and
He
that's gonna
has
drive
to.
him to go even further. I feel like that nigga's gonna be around for a minute. He's not dying this arc.
Yeah, he not
He
dying.
probably
He has to. He has to.
if
Look.
Shin can kill this
I
man this
know we
arc,
all love
what
this goddamn series, but this shit is not gonna last forever.
bro,
This
what
nigga has to
more
die.
Because we like once we take
He
over this
can't
city,
switch
we
to
still
another.
gotta take over Zhao. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Zhao will
And
be theirs after this.
Raboku is still gonna be the
No.
guy that they choose.
That's
Zhao
the
will
thing
be
though, Jesse.
theirs
You're not
after
realizing
this.
this. My nigga, they have this is just one province. They're not one province, one country they're fighting. You know, in the actual history, how long the unification of China took, my nigga.
And it wasn't even successful.
It wasn't. That's the fucked up part about it. I hope he don't go like the real life route and it's not successful.
Obviously not. He has to end on a happy ending. Like,
Cause I'm about to
Yeah.
say in the history book, Shin, the person Shin's based off, that nigga died.
what the fuck?
Of
What?
course he
I
died.
was I'm about to say in the story, nigga. I'm about to say before the
Nah,
unification happens
I don't
or
wanna know the
fail.
history, bro. Like, period. Period.
Shut up. Shut
Period.
up.
I'm just letting you know. I'm just letting you know I don't fuck with that history shit. I want to be surprised. I don't know how the unification went down. I don't need to know how
That
the
shit is
unification
raw,
went
bro.
down.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I've read that shit, bro. The unification of China is a raw ass war, my nigga.
Listen, all I'm saying is, hey, Milo, we're talking about Kingdom right now. All I'm saying is
Okay.
that this
Oh, what the?
this shit with
What's up, buddy?
with Hoken, I'm sick and tired of it. So sick. Like, I'm
Yeah.
I
tired
hate
of
that
seeing
nigga.
this man lose to some little ass kids. I'm tired of this man showing up at the worst fucking time for no other reason but to fucking fuck up our side for story purposes and make it harder to kill the person we gotta kill. Those are his only two purposes. Those are the only two ways he's ever fucking been used. And like, I don't understand the purpose of having, like, he should have never wrote Hoken into the fucking story. Period.
It's an asshole. Hoken is Raboku's asshole. I'm telling you. That's that
Yeah.
nigga's plot armor.
Listen, where Hater at? Cause Hater needs to come explain this fucking.
Boy, that was the first motherfucker I thought of. As soon as I saw the nigga, I was like,
Hater
hater.
love.
Hater, you bitch. Like, I was so mad. As soon as I saw the axe, I was like, no.
Yo, the
Damn it.
glaive was fat as fuck, bro. I said, bro, what the hell?
Yo, it's you.
I said, why is the glaive so big? What is that?
They make
Yeah.
this nigga Deep Diesel, bro. Like, the nigga's huge for no fucking reason, bro. For no reason, yo. I hate Hoken with every fucking bone in my goddamn body.
When that nigga cut niggas just go to pieces, bro. Like,
Pieces. He chopped through multiple people. That nigga will walk through a fucking soldiers like a fucking field of flowers. I hate that nigga. Yo.
I like it. Just, you know what I mean? Talk about, oh, the scar on my face hurt. That scar on your face should have fucking killed you. That's really what should have happened.
Yeah.
I don't know how you survive
Yeah.
with a scar on your face like that.
He should have been. He should.
Yeah, I mean, look, like, honestly, just because of Hoken, I gotta give that chapter like a 2 out of 10. Straight like that.
I ain't gonna.
And
I
I'm
ain't gonna
staying
punish
like
him
that.
like that. I ain't gonna punish him like that. Like the chapter still gets a decent
It's a
like.
5. It's a 5 out of
It's
10.
not no fucking
Nah,
5, and y'all just
I
being
was
nice
gonna.
about it because you love the series.
I was gonna
No,
say a
I'm
7.
saying I
Son,
usually
like,
give
the
Kingdom.
shit start from the top of his forehead, go across his nose, and fucking end by like the bottom of his ear, bro. And you telling me your brain ain't leak out your fucking head? Like, give me no.
That literally means basically what that nigga, what the author is telling us is Oki slash was that not even that deep.
Shallow.
I
Yeah,
don't
It was
believe
that
that.
shallow, bro.
Oki hit him with the force of 1,000 fucking suns, and you tell me he ain't bleed out? He could run away and chill in the mountain and put some leaves on the shit, and it was A-OK. No.
Yeah, you're right. I've seen niggas die in Kingdom from slashes on their face, but this nigga's fine.
I'm just saying you can't
Yeah.
describe a motherfucker that can literally walk into a whole battalion and kill 1,000 niggas but lose to two 16-year-old kids. That's what you telling me? No, not having it. I can't. Literally, I can't with this motherfucker Hogan.
And you know what's pissing me off? That nigga is injured now. He was
The way
stabbed
he
in
did
the
Moten and
ribs.
all of them niggas just for the left side to get hit one time because they were doing too fucking well. Because what's his name is fucking garbage and Moten is that nigga. Like, what? Somebody needs to make that make sense. What other reason was it for Hogan to show up other than to do some damage to the left side for story purposes?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna ask this now. Who else in Shin's unit you think about to die from this nigga?
Yo, when Shosa died, that was already it.
Yeah, Shosa
I didn't
died
want
What
to
that was
see
that
that.
nigga's name?
Shosa dying like that was hard.
I called the nigga Baby
A piece of
Zuko.
my heart left with the He-Shin when that nigga died. I was like, yo, this nigga was always smiling, funny to say, and then they killed a nigga. Like, how you
He
gonna
was
kill my
a
favorite?
cool ass dude, bro, for real.
Yeah.
He was.
It was like the Austin knew that he was a fan favorite and he's awesome. And I was like, you bitch. Why would you do that? Now I just gotta make sure he don't take out my eye patch. Like, if they kill
Don't
him,
say that.
I'm dropping the
No,
series.
you know what's gonna really have me hurt? The day Bihei dies, bro, I'm dropping Kingdom, my nigga.
Yeah, nah. If Bihei go, bro, I really can't. I can't
Because
do
I
it.
think the OG niggas of the Hashi unit was Bihei, Shin, and I think the commanders he has now, the nigga that died was an OG, and I
Yeah,
hate
he's
that.
an OG.
It was
Yeah,
him,
there's a big.
Bihei, Shin, and like
Nah,
two other
the
niggas.
nigga with the eye patch was around for the 1,000 men. So he's
No, he
nicknamed
was
the
Yeah,
the
no,
Thousand.
but
first
I'm talking
man.
about like when
He
Shin,
was
like
the
when he was
first
under Duke
100.
Kyo.
Was he in the
Yeah,
100 men too?
he was in the 100
Yes.
man. He was a part of like a little unit. Like there was like the power unit, and then he was like the quick agile
Oh
unit. Like he had
yeah.
brothers, and both his brothers died, and it's just him
Oh,
left.
oh man. Oh
That's
man.
right, because before he died, he kept saying in them niggas' names, he was like, I gotta see Shin one last time for these niggas. I was like,
Oh
bruh.
yeah, when they that was hard for me. I ain't like that moment,
Yeah,
man. They really I hate when any
yeah,
real nigga die like that. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
anyway,
When he got out to,
is there anything else I want to say about the?
uh,
Hey, Sensei just pulled up. Sensei, unmute yourself, cause I think you read Kingdom. I hope you
we
read
gotta
Kingdom.
pour one out for Shosa. So we
Wait,
gotta pour
Chevy's
one out.
here?
No, since that, oh wow.
And with that,
By
I'm
the
gonna
way,
hit my
guys,
blunt, nigga.
What's up?
I was muted, but I just wanted to say I hope Hulk can get meningitis because
Absolutely.
y'all don't like him.
Well,
Facts.
do
Who's
you? Oh
Hulkin?
no. Do you like Hogan?
No, I don't. Who is he though?
You know
He's
who
a
he is.
bitch.
I don't read Kingdom. Who is he?
Oh. He's literally
Hoken is basically the biggest
literally a
ass pull.
walking ass pull.
Yes.
Literally, like
Oki.
Like the
Oki should
author
have
will just
killed
throw him
that
out at the
nigga.
most inconvenient time, just because you know he's
Oh,
a thing.
okay. So he's like prep time for Batman. Okay.
Yes,
yeah.
yes, yeah.
But at
Wallow, I
least
gotta
Yeah.
tell you something. I gotta tell you something.
at least you know
Um,
Batman do prep time. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
Like Hogan,
who
Hogan will
who
be
I
deep
really
in
want
the
to see
woods in
fight? Fuck
China.
Hogan. I
hold
want
on,
to see
Wallow.
Bati or how you say his name?
Bot,
Bati?
bot.
But
Hey, Wallow. Spencer, let me tell
Yo,
you
nigga,
that
that's
Wing is
literally
a
how you
spirit
say the
animal.
man name, bro.
Wallow, chill, son. We're gonna call
Nah,
it
I don't know how to
Nomad.
say. I think it is
Bati.
Bate. I think it is
I
Bate.
think
No,
it is
it's not.
Bate.
Isn't it Bate or
No,
something like that?
It's something like that, bro.
it's not
Body
I
A,
said
Bati.
Bate
Body
a
A.
long
ATI,
time
bro.
ago.
I know it's definitely not Bati, my nigga.
Hey, Wallow. Spencer want me to tell you that Wing is a spirit animal.
Oh
Hey,
man, he just got silent. Go ahead, Wallow. Say what you gotta say.
I'm sorry.
hey, listen.
That shit is funny.
That's how hard I laugh when I think about Eric bullying you.
Bruh, fuck you.
Wow. Wow.
When you gonna drop this shit, bro? Nobody bullies me.
Never. Listen, I can't have some shit on my own. Head eyes.
I hate you niggas, bro.
Like that was the most 19-year-old shit I ever
The
heard.
stream is
I'm
canceled.
with you niggas
End
all
this
the
shit now.
time.
Cut it
I
off.
can't have some
Cut it
shit
off.
for myself.
Cut, nigga.
Yo,
I
so
hate you.
that's not right. So
I'm
I
sorry,
don't
Milo.
know.
If you was there for that shit, bro,
He was.
He
No, he
No, he
was.
wasn't.
wasn't.
No, he
No,
wasn't.
listen,
No, he
Milo.
No,
You
wasn't.
know
no,
how
he
you
wasn't.
watch
Yeah,
like Law
he
and
came
Order and some
afterwards.
shit, and it's
Oh
like the
my
courtroom
god.
scene, and they ask him the questions. You know what I'm saying? And the
Yeah.
lawyer knows that they just got fucking got. Like that's how I
Yeah.
was with fucking with Rage, bro. I just asked him a couple simple questions, and he listen. He seals his own fate. Is all I'm saying.
I didn't do shit. I answered your questions. Y'all didn't
I'm
like my
sorry
answers.
that when I
This
said
shit was funny, bro.
I did
It
not
was
expect
funny.
you to say, listen, I hang with you niggas all the time. Can I just have some shit for
Why is
myself?
that what I sound like to you in your head? Why?
I don't know. It's just that's just your voice for me.
Nah, no.
You know what I mean? Like
Can we
my
move
voice,
on?
my voice for fucking super cool is not country at all. Like it's just like, oh, so you guys don't want to let me speak? Am I not talking right now? Am I not speaking? I guess y'all can't hear me. Anyway,
Yeah,
nah,
but fuck
I don't know
Hurricane.
how you can try to do super cool and not do country.
I don't know. I just something about like super cool just make me laugh, bro. And
Nah, I'm gonna
it's
talk
not the
like super
country
cool.
part of them.
I'm gonna talk like super cool for the rest of the night. Y'all ain't gonna tell me.
So y'all finna tell me that I can't even do that
You
shit.
can't even
Yeah,
do it.
y'all gonna tell me that the other girl done told this girl
My
that
bad,
I was
y'all. I
fucking with
just
her.
had to make me a sandwich.
I had to make a sandwich. You know, it took me
Y'all
an
already
hour to
know
go
how
make a
this go.
sandwich.
Nah,
Y'all already know how this go.
Hey, Keem, you want to say any last words about Kingdom before we move on?
Uh, fuck Riboku. Fuck Hoken.
Yes.
Fuck Kane. Super fuck Kane.
Oh, Kane is trash. Kane is
Yeah.
so like. What is her
I
purpose?
low key don't want her to die.
What
No,
has
fuck
she
her. She
done?
trash.
What is she like in
She
all
adds
of the
nothing to the
times that
story.
we've seen
Yo,
her? What has she done?
she fucks with 10 heavy. Anybody that fucks with 10, I can fuck
Yeah.
with that.
Nah, Kane is.
Okay.
I don't even know if Kane is a dude or not. He just gives. I don't know what that.
No, that's a girl. That's why she
Kane
fucks
not
with
even
10
on
so
our
much.
side. Like fuck Kane. Like
I know,
Fuck.
but they're gonna be on
No,
our.
even if she was on her side,
She is
nigga,
gonna be on our
fuck
side. I
it.
don't think, like Roboku and Kane, Fute might die. Nah, they're
Nigga,
gonna keep Fute
what?
too.
nigga,
Tell me what you've seen from Kane.
if
Damn.
you say that
Wait,
fucking
who's the
Riboku shirt looks weird, he gonna be like,
who's
oh
what's
nah,
the nigga
Riboku is
name
a
with the
god.
fucking head wrapped on? What's that nigga name?
Roboku's going to join them.
Oh, so
I'm
niggas
trying
don't.
to
So
tell
you
y'all.
don't hear me? Okay.
Roboku don't die here.
Nigga, you
Oh,
can't just
Fute.
say shit
Fute,
while
that's
niggas
what his
talking
Fute?
name
in
was.
front of you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that nigga need to join our side. That nigga cold. I like that
That
nigga.
nigga is cold.
Fute said, "I'm pulling up on these niggas. I don't care what Reboku say."
Nah, that was
Fute would
Roboku's
have got
plan.
his ass destroyed. You know that.
Yeah, I was
Pause.
about to say, Fute was about
As
All right.
long as you don't have enough setup running up to a big guy, you gonna get clapped.
yeah.
All right, let's move on. Let's talk about One Piece.
One.
That
Whoa.
last chapter didn't even feel like I was reading One Piece. I was like, what the fuck is
Like, I'm sorry. Odin is the new Katakuri.
Hold on,
they
let's
trying to make him
can
What?
we
super cool and it's not
can
gonna
we
happen.
take a minute though? And I'm gonna say this, and it's gonna Odin, until I say otherwise, is the number one swordsman. In one
Is
chapter,
he's the
he did
greatest
more
character One Piece
than
has
me.
ever had.
He did
What?
more than me.
What?
I'm
In
sorry.
No,
one
he's
Yeah,
not
he's
wrong
chapter.
about that.
literally,
He
he's
kidnapped
literally
he
got more character.
kidnapped bitches from their family and they stayed anyway.
At
Like,
8, what age? He was 8 at that point, right? Was he 8 or
He
5
was
at that
six.
point?
He was
He was 8.
six.
He was 6.
I can find out. I'll read it.
Nah, I think it was
Wasn't he
9 I know.
six?
Yeah, because they list off the ages and
No,
everything he's
at
done at certain
14 is when he
ages.
had the, called the
Nigga,
fucking,
My nigga, he
what was it
killed
called?
a bear at age 4
By
with a
throwing a
boulder,
With
boulder.
a boulder.
not a rock,
nigga,
my nigga,
why
a
y'all got
boulder.
impressed by these Muhammad Ali quotes?
Nigga, that's Mike Tyson. That's not Muhammad Ali. That's Mike
Hold on,
Tyson. That
wait.
is that.
Yeah, it's
Hold on, wait,
Muhammad
wait, wait.
Ali. I
Hold
tussle
on,
with a
wait, wait,
bear.
wait.
I
I'm
touch
sorry.
him with
No, Mike Tyson is the one
Wait,
that's throwing boulders at bears. He's knocking
wait,
niggas out.
wait. I'm sorry. Why are we impressed by writing in a story? I don't know. You
Nigga, there
right.
was literally
Man, what
We
the
right.
fuck
I
is
exposition,
hate
going
this
on?
No,
nigga
we right.
Milo,
exposition
yo.
fucking
No,
panels.
you're right. You're
No,
right.
no,
We
bro.
wildin'.
When he was getting he threw the nurse across the room when he was 1.
We
Came out
When
the
wildin'.
he was
pussy
what? No,
standing
he
up.
came out the, he was less than
Yes,
one, bitch.
I don't
Yeah.
know why I was. That shit
that
was so
nigga
No, no,
was an
no.
funny.
infant throwing
He was
bitches, bro. Like
an infant
what?
throwing bitches.
You're right.
If
Ain't
that's
that
not
Why
the
are we
hypest character
insane?
we've ever seen in One Piece, I don't know who is. This nigga was one,
why
but
why are we impressed by what the author says in his story?
Nigga,
You
because
are
it's literally
clearly right.
exposition for exposition's sake. Both of them niggas should already know all
Listen,
of that.
at age 9, the mob was searching for this nigga,
Why were they
man.
even saying that? Both of them niggas know that.
Oh,
oh
so you
yeah,
don't
don't
like
don't even get me
you don't
started.
like exposition now. You
The
don't like the
nigga that the
story
corpse.
part of the
Oh my
story.
No,
bad.
Yeah,
I
I hate
don't.
you.
I
I hate
I
you.
bet.
But
All
look,
right,
but
so
look though,
listen,
peep this.
at 15,
Yo,
he was
seeing you
stealing
trash. I just
bitches
want you
from
to
their
know that.
homes, and they was fucking with him so much they didn't care that he kidnapped them from their
That
families.
shit was exposition for exposition's sake.
I'm telling you, Odin got some
Yo,
more
and
kids
then
on this bit we don't know
Hold on,
about.
wait, hold on. what is your problem, Keem? Like, what are you not impressed
Nigga,
with?
that whole
Hey,
conversation
you still
made
mad
no
about the
fucking
lotion
sense.
on the train thing, King? Is that what you
No,
talking
no, no,
about?
no, no. I'm talking about the chapter. Fuck all that funny shit. Like,
Lotion on a train. Hold
what's
up.
your
We're not gonna
problem with
skip
the
past what we
with Odin
said.
and his greatness?
Hold
Because
on.
you clearly not
Wait.
making no
Greatness,
sense.
bro.
Hold on.
This
Hold
is
on. All right.
literally
So
them trying to create something, bro.
Time out for a second. Lotion on the train. Someone want to explain that?
Now, first of all, he was on a bus in Brooklyn, right?
It was a bus. It was a bus. Not a train.
And if listen, as a nigga from Brooklyn, sometimes you be ashy. You know what I'm saying? You roll your pants up. You put some lotion on.
Yeah, clearly
And,
that I've seen
and
that
nigga,
happen. All right,
and
Yeah,
niggas had a
no
problem with
problem.
what King was doing, and he said, "Show me your knees, nigga. You ashy."
And you know,
They shut up.
he met some goons on the bus like you usually do. Niggas was trying to talk shit.
Goons, okay.
Keem was just
You
like,
call him that?
I call them goons. If you talking shit to me, you're a fucking goon. Stop talking to me. Like, especially if I don't know you to be that bold, yo. Like, nah. But you know, some goons was fucking with him. He said, "Show me your knees, nigga," and they shut the fuck up. That was real Brooklyn of you. I'm
Yeah.
proud.
Anytime you in the winter,
I
nigga, I
respect
know
you.
everybody
I
out.
I
respect
respect you
you.
too, King.
I
I
know
mean,
I
better
don't
than
respect.
you,
I
nigga.
don't respect that commute,
I
but I respect you.
I don't respect. I don't respect your idea of stories because you
Oh
don't
yeah,
like
I
Yeah,
gotta
the
talk
story
about this,
part
bro.
Yeah, no,
of
no,
the
no.
story.
Please
That
explain to
conversation
me
should have never happened.
what conversation.
Yeah, they should have let you live
Odin's
off that.
dad and the fucking
Oh,
nigga.
Why should it have never happened? You don't want to know about Odin?
Both of them know this whole shit. What is the point of them listening through his
He was
accomplishments?
listing up the
Hold on, wait,
reasons
wait,
He
wait,
why.
was saying your
wait,
son's
wait,
been a problem since jump. If you ain't know, now you know, nigga. So stop
wait.
doing nothing about it.
So
Nigga, that was
He
not a
said do something about
conversation
it.
for them. That was a conversation for you.
Okay,
hold on.
why is that a bad thing?
So how would
It's
it have
not a
been
natural conversation.
presented?
Oh my,
Huh?
shut the fuck
No,
up.
no,
Yes, it was.
Keem to that point, my nigga.
It's not a natural conversation.
That's
Like
that nigga's advisor. He's literally listing the reasons why your son should be
nigga,
exiled
no,
from his
hold on.
kingdom.
Like
What?
you're reading a story about a rubber man. Like how is that a fucking
Are you
realistic
going
There's
to
a
conversation?
are you
talking
gonna weigh
reindeer,
the
my nigga.
suspension of disbelief?
Hold on,
No.
wait.
Okay,
Nigga,
Time
you
so
out,
why
got
time
can't
out.
you
mermaids.
suspend your disbelief for this conversation, my guy?
Hold on, wait.
Because nigga,
So,
no, that makes no sense.
Oh my
I
god.
got one better
Go
for
ahead,
you.
Milo.
I got one better. So a few chapters ago, when we got the Yonko bounties, and they
Mm-hmm.
did the same exact thing for the Yonko, the
The
same
niggas in the
type
room
of.
did not know the Yanko bounty.
That's their fault.
Hold on, wait.
That is
They
not
didn't
their
know.
fault. That is
They
not
didn't.
exposition for exposition's sake. That's
Hold on.
Yes,
informing
it
the
is.
crowd
That's
Hold on.
and
literally is.
informing the niggas in the
Wait.
room.
I'm not done. They
Okay?
didn't know Big Mom had a lot of kids to make up her crew. They didn't know that Kaido has some pirates and they're all monsters.
Whether
They
They
that's
didn't
didn't know
the
know.
that.
bounty,
They didn't
sir.
know that
Wait,
Shanks and his niggas.
I'm gonna need you to go back to the bounty, sir. You're going
No,
roundabout.
I wasn't talking about. I said the chapter with the bounties. We're talking
Mhm.
about realistic expect conversation. And in the bounties, they listed off random facts about the Yonko that
Within
with the,
explaining their bounties.
and we're getting Odin's history. So yes,
Okay.
the only way to do it is like, what did you want in order
They're
to get
telling
Odin?
you exactly what happened. They're not faking like this is a real conversation.
He's listing off crimes.
That both of them already know.
But the
Okay,
reasoning he's listing the crimes off is a valid reason that you're ignoring, Keem, is what Milo's saying.
Him
yeah, they're having a
listing
conversation
him
about exile.
listing them off
Yeah, but they're
creates
King.
the
They're having a
illusion.
conversation about them exiling.
hold. All
Mhm,
right, boom.
mhm,
It's like you listing off. You watch Law and Order, right?
mhm.
How the
Good.
fuck you go
So
about the law
when
and
the
order?
lawyers go to the judge for a warrant, they list off the crimes so the judge will give them a warrant. That's what was
So-
going on. My
But
king,
that is not
your son,
that's not what's going on here. You
didn't the
cannot.
king?
You,
Wait,
go ahead.
I believe the shogun sent out a disowned form at the end
Is
of that
is the
conversation.
judge the fucking father of the criminal?
And in one
Oh,
episode he was.
time out. How do we know that Odin the not Odin, but how do we know Lord Kazuki was watching his son all the time? Because how a 4-year-old leave the house? He
Because
obviously
he
wasn't
did
watching
not
him.
want to hear anymore, because he's already heard it.
No, maybe he just disappointed in his son, and I don't want to hear how much of a trash bag he is.
Oh, you mean a goat?
Oh,
Like if
good.
your
You see how
problem
y'all going around
is
the world with this stupid ass
no, I'm like your logic
conversation?
don't make no sense to me. You talk
Yeah,
about you can
don't.
suspend your disbelief, but
How
you
does it
can't
not?
suspend your disbelief for this one particular moment.
So you're saying that because I accept one, I should accept all?
Yes,
No.
that's
Then
exactly what I'm
nothing is
saying.
trash.
That's no.
Everything is good.
Hold on. Like you do understand that there are literary purposes. Hold on, let me move Milo back up here.
Mm-hmm.
There are purposes just to convey an idea to the reader about someone that like even though both parties may know about the sort of history of this character, because the audience doesn't know, like this situation is almost fucking
And
unavoidable.
then I would counter that, but that there are better ways to portray the same point
Okay, but
without
this is the
using.
most
You
common
see, I
way
let
in
you talk. You let
half
me
the
finish.
story,
Let
in
me
half
finish
of
my
stories
sentence, bro.
ever. Well, you're just wrong.
How am I wrong? I'm saying that this is a poor literary use of fucking a conversation where it's
Oh
obviously
my god,
exposition.
that's like your opinion, bro, and that
It's
opinion's
literally.
trash.
Of course, it's. What the fuck?
Nah, you saying that shit with bass in your voice like it's facts.
Are you stupid?
Are you stupid?
How can this whole thing is an opinion, you
Nah,
dickhead?
my shit is facts, nigga.
How is your shit facts?
I
Now, please,
always
you know I'm gonna break this shit
I
down. Go
speak
ahead.
facts
Go ahead.
always,
Go ahead.
always. Like you
Go
just know
ahead.
when you think of
Just
soap.
saying you speak facts is not facts. Facts
Yes,
can
it
be
is.
proven with back.
Literally, that's literally a fact.
All right.
Hey, y'all
Facts are
using
proven
these
up.
big college words like
Proven by
fact and
facts.
fiction, and I don't know what the fuck going on anymore.
Yeah.
Let's stick back to the topic.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so
Now,
uh,
I,
go ahead.
I'm just curious how he wanted this to be presented.
Yeah, like I would love to know that. By the
Bro,
way,
can you
why
stop
is
that shit?
Milo
Whoever did
moving?
that shit, chill out.
Yeah, stop moving him.
What? I didn't
I
do
said
anything.
whoever moved that nigga, chill out. Somebody move that nigga.
Move
No,
who?
wait, we gotta give him a roll. Hold on.
Your Discord, stop
M-
throwing me out.
Yeah,
Move
I got it.
who?
I'm gonna fix it for you. Go. There you go.
I gave him a roll, but niggas took the shit away, huh? Oh, alright.
I don't know. I don't know what happened. Anyway, yeah. How would you have
I
liked the
just want to,
conversation to be played out?
yeah.
A conversation is not what's necessary here.
Then what was
There's other.
necessary?
Okay. And the people involved is more of what the problem is here. If these are people that are hearing rumors, right? If y'all want an alternate scenario, I can give y'all an alternate scenario. People that are hearing rumors or people telling somebody who does not already know, instead of two people who have knowledge of the incident telling each other about the incident that they already have knowledge of.
Okay, but if you're done, right?
I mean, sure, go ahead.
Okay. If the context of that conversation is your son's a fucking problem, and here's why, and your son's a freak of nature, and here's why. Why is that not able to be believed or realistic, even if it's common knowledge to both parties?
Because you don't need to know. You don't need to. You
Okay,
don't need to fucking. You don't need to tell him if he already knows all of this.
There's a thing called
See,
doubling down.
but the thing is, we argue facts of things we see, and like we state things that we see all the time to each other, even though it's common knowledge to both of us. We state it anyway. That's typical in conversations that
But you don't
we're
try it.
talking about.
No, 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 no.
But no, wait, give me a minute. But we do that when we're trying to state a point and try to like open the eyes to someone. You feel me? And at the end of that chapter, we see him be like, "All right, you're dishonest." He's stating all this as like, let's just recollect this back from when the motherfucker was an infant to now adulthood. The shit he's been doing. Like, let me really piece this together for you why this is a problem. In
Okay.
case you just throwing shit like major incidents just to the back of your mind. Let me bring this shit back to the forefront. Let you know everything that this motherfucker did.
All right, and then I speak to you as a reader, a narrative person who has read a lot. and somebody that can see narrative tropes. When you are in a flashback chapter and you're introducing a character, and you literally use a bullet point format to give off a character's fucking traits and how great he is, I say that's bad writing.
Okay, that's
Okay,
fair.
okay. You
That's a
know
fair
what?
I
opinion.
disagree.
That's a fair
Like I
opinion.
don't think that's a
That's a
fair
fair opinion.
representation of what happened.
That's
Like
not a bullet point format.
no.
No, it was. Hold
Like
on.
he didn't go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like you know he didn't.
He literally went up by age.
No.
At this age, you did this. At this age, you did that.
Okay,
At this,
okay.
come on, dog. It's
But he
literally
does
that.
that for
But is
everybody.
that
We do
okay?
that. We
But
done that
like
for Whitebeard. We done that for fucking
That doesn't make it good
no, hold on.
or
Like your
bad.
problem is not the information, and I get that. Your problem is the
is
The
the way it was
presentation of
presented.
the
presentation of
information.
that
Yeah,
information. But
and that's fair.
I don't think that's fair because the way the information was presented was even though this is by like assumption because we're readers that this is information we both know, but your son has become such a problem that I need to lay out exactly why your son is a fucking problem and why you need to do something about it. And within
That's how
that
I viewed it.
that's how I read it. So within that
Yeah,
context, I don't understand how that's bad what they did. Like
but I
like,
can
Because
see
hold on,
where
let me
King's
just
coming
finish
from
this.
wait, hold
as
on,
to
hold
why
on.
he
Let me
thinks
Just
it's
respond to the
bad.
point
no,
before
wait,
you
no.
get to the next
I
one.
just want to button up the point, right? Like, if like I understand, like he could have just had like two female bitches. You know what I'm saying? Be like, oh my god, did you hear about Odin? And then they kind of regurgitate it's two strangers just talking about gossip. That's one way to do it.
That's
And but like that's I think that's almost like the most basic standard way of fucking handling that. I actually kind of like the context of this is your fucking seed. This is what your seed is doing. Fucking do something about it.
All right, let me respond to that.
also on top of Soap's point. I just want to add that two people talking about "Did you hear?" sounds like rumor. This sounded more of official than "Oh my God, isn't that I heard he did this?" Sounded official, and it didn't seem like bullet points being dropped. It sounded like, look, this it's desperate now. We like at 4 years old, we can't take it anymore. You need to do something.
Okay.
To a parent,
Let me go now.
all right.
I'm fucking.
No, to
So yeah,
King, basically, my nigga is the simple
Oh my
thing. It's
God,
like
Ray, shut up.
Yeah, let Wallow
I'm
go. Let
no,
the
no.
you heard Wallow go.
Oh,
Hey, I'm
Wallow
gonna
was
say
actually going. I thought he was joking, nigga.
Nah, I was fucking with King.
oh
Yeah,
okay.
you're
yeah.
fucking with
Okay.
King.
I was waiting
Yeah,
like
that's all
3
why
hours
Ray
for
be
this.
quiet, man.
Nah, it's the point of my nigga.
Yeah,
It's
the thing is,
official
bro,
business.
if y'all gonna use that slang shit,
I
bro,
clearly was not just
this is
talking, then, sir.
nigga. I
I hope
clearly was in front of you in the line. I don't want to hear none of that.
you weren't. I was. What are you talking about?
I don't want
There
to
was
hear
no
none of that.
line, nigga. We're talking. What? Shut up,
Okay,
Nigga, it
fine.
was a
The
point
There
for
was a
me to
line.
registration.
reply
Chief,
to.
There
How
was a
you
come
gonna
on.
line.
have
nigga.
another?
Shut
Find
up.
the
Shut up.
registration.
See,
Shut up, nigga.
niggas
King,
have no
not you, man. I'm
honor,
talking to
bro.
King.
What you want?
Basically, my nigga, to get you to understand this point,
Nigga,
they're
let me
basically
rebuttal the point before you start
there's
talking.
the shut up,
Come
nigga.
on, bro.
I'm giving you more points to rebuttal. Shut up.
No, I don't need
The
you.
point was he didn't want to lose the point before it was lost. That's why we let
Jesus Christ.
Nah, he heard me talking.
rebuttal.
He's gonna start talking over me and
Man,
shit.
No,
Shut
he
up.
was
can
in. He
somebody
was
say
in
a
his.
point,
You
man?
cut
Fuck
him
all
right.
this. Like we just trying to get the point out. Whoever want to go.
King, say your bum
Jesus
ass point, then I'ma
Christ.
go.
Go
You
ahead, you
folded
monkey
anyway.
ass
The fuck
nigga.
was the? Go ahead, King. Go ahead.
His cause his points gonna be retarded
I
any
don't want to
fucking
hear nothing
way.
from you no more. Go ahead, King.
You shut
Oh
up.
my God.
I'm
I'm
not
just
doing
saying
it.
it's when you're creating this whole chapter was to create the character of Kozuki Odin, right?
Odin Kozuki,
So
but yep.
whatever, man. Anyway, so creating this character of fucking Odin, right? So for me, this is a personal opinion, using one character to build the fucking age from 0 to 18 right quick with some fucking achievements. Hey, he did this, and this. So he's great, right? So that just seems like rushing halfway through the character. Oh, he's a monster. Okay? And this is the guy that we're dealing with. And then they give you the instance with the funeral, right? So he's a cool monster. So everything just seems like there's no deepness to the character within this chapter, nigga. This is just strong, cool guy. And that's the
You know
base that they
what?
wanted to build in one chapter.
That was your
Yo,
point.
I'm gonna chime in on that point, bro. You feel me? I feel like he wasted time showing us with the Kinemon shit, bro. Ain't nobody give a fuck about that bum ass nigga, bro. Like the
Look
fuck.
like they gonna make Kinemon a big part of this shit for some reason.
Okay. So
Go
first
ahead,
off,
Drew.
to your point, it's not
Nigga out here
showing that
stealing
Odin
from a
this cool
girl.
ass character, nigga. It's showing the nigga that's having the conversation with Odin's father is basically saying it's the same thing as your son is 18 now. He's a man now. This nigga's a terror to our society. Kick this nigga out. That's the point of that flashback and what he's listening off and telling him. That's why the dad's like, enough. Just hand this to the nigga. Okay, it's over.
So
He's
it's
out.
not creating the character of Kozaku.
I never said it wasn't.
You did.
I did. Did I say that?
I don't know. I zoned out. I zoned out when you said
You
that.
did. You did.
Yeah, I didn't say that shit. So don't fucking lie on me.
I
Anyway,
mean, this is a stream. We can rewind.
Yeah,
it.
but
it's
I can rewind it if you want me to. No problem.
But if
you
want
really
to.
could,
I
but
don't think you want
it's
that L on your account. But
is no
I
L.
don't
Is
know
there
if
is
I
no
want to
L.
do that. Hold on, let me find out.
There is no L. It's the
he don't
same.
even want y'all to look.
Oh no.
Look what, nigga, go back and look. You can rewind the stream and listen to what I said.
Well, yeah, go ahead, finish it.
It's basically in our real life society of say you got a rich ass, say your father's a billionaire, my nigga. Say I'm a fuck it, your father's a billionaire, and his advisor, his whatever the fuck they call them niggas, what are them niggas called? His accountant or whatever, the niggas that get them niggas advice. He's basically saying your son is a leech, he's a terror. Disown him so he cannot fuck up what you're doing any further. That's the point of this flashback to say Odin was a terror. Yes, it built the character of Odin Kozuki. Hold on, I'm getting a fucking phone call. Shit.
Nigga just took a fucking. You hate to see it.
Nigga, look. Nigga, hold on.
You hate to see it. But yeah, man. I mean, just for me, dog. It does seem like they were just rushing through this shit.
I can see.
Bro, you guys.
What did I say? Go back. What did I say? Say word for word what I said. So
You don't want this L on stream, bro.
Everybody mute themselves.
say it again. That one clear. Rewind that shit again. That one clear.
Oh, bro. That shit cut out.
Well, you hear how you sound? With your bullshit.
Hey, that nigga sound cool as shit.
You literally slowed down and made it a whole sentence.
That's not what I said. That's not
Oh
me.
my god.
I know who that is. That's not me.
You be shooting niggas, got the gun in your hand. It wasn't me.
Yeah.
It wasn't him. It was the dope rock.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what it was, Wallow.
Yeah, I can move. Yeah.
Exactly.
Dog. That
Not
shit
even
was
close.
gay as fuck. Go
Um,
on.
I got one
Bruh.
thing to
All right,
say.
bro. Now hold up, Milo.
Yeah.
Before you hold up,
They was
Milo.
like, yo.
I gotta shut this shit. Yes, I have a problem. Bro, so you don't shut the fuck up, bro. Listen, how the fuck? All right, let me go ahead and take you back through what we saw. We saw a nigga self-proclaiming himself to be a thug. What this guy did, what he did was he was stealing from a girl's wallet, bum ass nigga. Then he proceeds to beat up some niggas who ain't fading. Some weak ass punk ass niggas he beat up.
Okay. Wait. We got a testament to his strength in this chapter. Wait. We got a testament to his strength in this chapter. Like when Hyo said Kinemon was stealing shit, like Boss Hyo, he's like, I'd say flay him if he was a regular nigga, but y'all ain't ready for him.
Listen.
Like
Yeah,
Hyo said that himself.
listen, he's stronger. He's stronger. Look, listen, he was stronger than them sucker niggas that he was about to send for him. Yeah,
Hold on. I'm about to piss off
but it wasn't
Wallow.
no
I'm
real
about to
goon.
piss Wallow off, right?
Oh my
I'm
god,
about to
here we
piss you
go.
off. Listen. First of all, he stole money from his future wife. So, like, yeah, that point is just mute to me. Second,
No, it's not.
it's mute as fuck.
That was bum ass shit.
Mute as yeah, listen.
Objectively, it is bad.
It's his future wife, so don't matter.
Bum ass nigga shit.
Don't matter. Don't matter. That don't mean he still
And
wasn't
it was
out
his
here
childhood best
ready
friend.
to fuck niggas up. Two, you can call them fodder, whatever you want. These are Wano samurai. And we're not going to act.
Whoa. Those guys
Wano
weren't samurai guys.
Wano samurai. They're on Wano. They got swords. They're samurai.
Fuck out of here, bro.
That's how that
Boy,
works.
you garbage. Boy, you trash.
That's how that works. So for you, unless y'all want to downplay all the niggas on Wano right now.
Oh my god, bro.
All right. I gotta jump in real quick.
You see how he's silent? Exactly. Body.
Nigga, I just don't want to talk about this.
Body. How the fuck, bro? You are dumb.
Wallow.
You got body.
Go ahead, Milo, bro.
Body
Take the floor, bro.
all
He's
of our
dumb.
fans.
So
He is
when you
dumb.
talk like this, you lower. You know what? It's not. I don't blame you.
I lower
you live
what?
in Florida.
You lower the intelligence of the whole conversation.
First of all, that's not true. My name is High IQ Mosh. So like that's just a lie.
Okay.
Listen. First of all, not every piece of fabric from the cotton store is cut in the same way. That's number one. All right.
What's your point?
They were trash level thug samurai. Just because they had swords.
Okay, but what's trash level Wano samurai?
Dude, they weren't samurai. Those were just some thugs that weren't shit.
Stealing from a woman, yes.
Okay, hold on. But how about when Gyoro's is like, I would send y'all, but he probably gonna fuck y'all up anyway.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
Bro,
listen.
That was the mafia.
That's literally confirming that they're
listen, if you're gonna say it right, say it right. The nigga Hilgore said, "I'm gonna send y'all, but don't fight the nigga one on one. He'll slap y'all niggas.
2-on-1, 3-on-1. He fuck them all
now
up.
he just making shit up.
So I'm gonna tell you this.
I'm sorry, Kinemon's still here.
There's a guy on my block that could fight kind of good. He not ready to go on and WBC tour.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what that have to do with what we talking about?
Because you're acting like just because Kinemon could beat up a few people, he could
all
take
Wano samurai are not made equally.
First of all, I started out by saying that Kinemon's character was 100% different from who he is today, like a radically different person. And Wallow came in talking about, see now here I gotta go. You know what I'm saying? I hate when this nigga so be on that bullshit. You know what I mean?
Like you can do a country accent for Wallow, but not super cool.
Because he's stupid, man. I told you, the nigga like the squirrel in fucking Ice Age, bro.
I ain't gonna answer that question, Jay Hudson.
Look, man.
That's just how I hear Wallow.
All I know about Kinemon is he got beat by a woman. He not ready.
He got beat by his wife. No, he was stealing from a girl, bro. Bitch ass.
He didn't really get beat. That's like his childhood friend. That's like Nami beating him.
That was his.
It was like one of those.
Punani. Like she beat him up.
It's like Nami beating up. Like it was those type of situations. Like,
sorry, go ahead,
Mike. Yo, first of all right, that's number one. Secondly, come on, man. Come on. We're not I'm tired of talking about Kinemon like he's some. Oh my god,
You want to move on? We can
I
move
don't
on from
respect
Kinemon.
Kinemon. I just
What?
don't. I never have.
Hold on.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Like you're
Did
making
I
me turn.
stutter?
You making me turn into Brandon. So here we go. So
Oh my God! See,
so
Oh
this
no.
is
Oh
no. I'm gonna do this now.
Oh no.
Okay. Here are all of the things that Kinemon has done.
shut the
Don't wanna
fuck
hear this
up.
shit.
Okay. No.
Can somebody mute?
No.
Can somebody mute
Y'all
Smoke?
gonna let me
We gotta
finish.
use our executive
Y'all
powers to
gonna
get a
let
man out of here.
me
Oh
finish.
my
Here
God!
is a list.
Now we have to suffer.
Yes, you do.
Go,
Y'all did.
go ahead.
I
Hurry up
can.
and
You
finish.
know what?
Hurry up.
I could defend
Hurry up.
myself. Tell me
Here
when
is
he's up.
all. I will
I'm not about to leave.
listen. Here is all of the things Kinemon has done since we have seen this motherfucker. His excuse me. His
Hurry up.
excuse me. His, his observation hockey was so great he could argue with Sanji and fight Brook while his
Why are you
body was
talking by
split
the
apart.
syllable, bitch?
Because I need y'all to understand the gravity
Oh
of
my
this.
God!
Okay?
Oh my
He could
god.
argue with
Come on.
Sanji, fight Brook,
You
and
said
fight
that already.
Luffy
Keep going.
with some legs in 3 different sections of the island. His ornament could withstand and hold back the bird cage, right? And Shutamaru didn't even show his hockey, right? Kinemon is the leader of the Scabbards.
Hold on, wait.
He was
Hold on, wait.
he
That
was
point. Hold
entrusted.
on.
He
I
was
just
entrusted.
want you
That
to
point was just
clarify
wrong.
a point. He did what to the birdcage?
The birdcage pushed his ass back.
He
You
could
garbage.
hold it back. It didn't just cut through the
With
nigga
a
unless it did.
hold on, wait. With 1,000 other people?
He was like one of the first
Nigga
ones.
Wait.
said, nigga said his hockey, bro. Like,
It was
bro,
his
I
hockey.
seen how Drew not using hockey and still trying to hold the shit back,
Can
bro.
I
Shut
say
up.
what I'm saying? Or y'all wanna not listen to the truth and fucking facts?
We don't want to
No,
I don't
listen.
even
We
want to
don't. We
hear it
don't
if it
want to
was
listen.
You're
We
fact.
gonna
don't.
listen anyway. You're gonna
We
listen
don't
anyway.
want to listen to this
He
damn
You
toilet
asked.
tissue
You
talk.
asked.
He was
Yes.
entrusted with Momo, right?
Oh my god.
He was entrusted with Odin's picture. The nigga could steal, fire, and explosions. He's so good with
Wow.
his fruit. Gladius thought he was Doflamingo. He killed the
Glad
dragon.
is stupid,
He
like
fought
you.
Inu and Shutamaru at the same time. He caught the baby
He
of the
what?
mountain god.
What the fuck did you just say?
He's your two sword style user, but has only used one sword. He trained.
I'm not. Nah, you not getting away with that lie. You said he
trained.
fought
Interesting and
Maru and
fucking.
who?
Well, listen. There's a moment in the manga where he talking to Shutamaru, talking about, hey, we need you, da da da. And Shutamaru breaking down like, yo, nigga, you been gone for 20 years, whatever. And he say some shit that piss off Inu and Shutamaru, so they jump him. But he was fine. He fought 2 of them niggas.
Oh.
No.
That's not
Hold
what
on.
happened.
You're lying.
Anyway, fuck y'all lying. Y'all not gonna say I'm lying. Y'all lying.
That's
So
not what happened.
But we saw.
can I finish?
We
Can I
saw
finish
him
the truth?
on the ground.
Can
Hold
I
on.
finish?
Yeah, you gotta
How? And
strike
you
that
just
point.
lied.
Let
You
me
gotta
finish
strike
the
that
truth.
point,
Y'all
'cause
disagree.
hey,
That
I'm
don't make
so
it a lie.
You are the dumbest person I've
Okay,
ever heard.
he trained not only Okiku but Shinobu.
Is this a stream? Is this streaming?
Oh,
Yeah,
he
we're
trained.
live right now.
Yes.
He literally
Guys, he's
designed.
lying.
He's
Don't
literally
believe him
designed
out
after
there.
Oda's favorite character of all time. Both Brook and Zoro want to learn more about swordsmanship based on the shit they seen him do. He's technically. Oh God, y'all gonna hate me for this. Oh God. Technically.
Oh god.
Technically.
Father,
He's
how
a
have I
time
forsaken?
traveling swordsman, so you could say he literally cut through time. I'm done.
I'm
I hate
leaving
you.
this.
I hate you.
What?
I hate you so much
Oh
for
my.
that.
What?
All
Oh
right. You
my
know what?
god.
Yeah. Hey, listen.
So when you
I'm
see
leaving the
all,
stream.
when, no,
Goodbye.
I'm sorry. When you see all of
Can
that
you
evidence,
pull Kinemon's meat out of your mouth for
hold on.
2 seconds?
I
That
hit
shit in
you
his
with
esophagus now,
manga
nigga.
facts, and y'all don't like
No,
that
you
shit
hit me
because
with a
it's
couple
cheap.
lies.
No, I didn't
You
hit
hit me
you.
with a
He
couple
not
lies.
a
Yeah,
time
hell
traveling
yeah.
swordsman. Is that what you're saying to me, Wallow?
What the fuck?
Did he
Listen,
is he not a time
This is
traveler?
some weird combination of Brandon, Hater, Janoy. Weird.
Whoa.
yeah,
You are
it's
not
just,
gonna call me hater.
it's just when you enter into a stupid person's mind, this is what it looks like.
Yo,
But
Is
so
he or
really,
is he not a
guys,
time traveling
again,
swordsman?
guys, what you're
no one
eliciting
gives a fuck if he's
is
a time traveling swordsman.
Well, then you don't
super
give
And
a fuck about.
Rizo is a
powerful
time traveling ninja.
genjutsu.
That's awesome.
Hold on,
He's broken.
hold on,
He's
guys,
probably the strongest ninja on that
We're in-
island.
Okay. Go
Okay,
ahead, Malo, please.
Wallow, you
What's
say
up?
someone else's name. We're trapped in the Tsukiyomi with soap right now. And if we tag each other, we'll break free of it. Because what I'm hearing has to be a mind fuck. Because
You
this is
can't be this stupid.
ridiculous.
Okay.
Nobody can.
So we don't even have to go through the whole list. The fact that his body was split apart and can tell what was happening in each individual
Dude, hold
location.
up.
How do you explain that?
Let me get to the part where you said
Now talk about what I
you
just
feel.
said,
No,
nigga.
no,
Not
listen,
what you want
listen.
to
No,
talk
Wait,
about.
I don't care
hold
what
on,
you
Wallow.
just said,
No,
nigga. I'm gonna
no,
talk
nigga.
about the point that
Wallow.
I want to talk
Wait,
about.
No, nigga. You
Wallow,
gotta
You
let
Wallow,
brought
Ant
up,
tell it
wait, hold
simple,
on.
bro.
you brought up a
You
point,
can't be
and you
doing
said
that.
Wait, Wallow,
these
Wallow.
niggas essentially want to learn new styles of swordsmanship based off of what they seen him do.
Yo.
Uh, but why when Zoro cut Pika in half, that nigga couldn't even find his own jaw because it was on the floor?
Because he didn't think he thought Zoro was a scrub. And he
No,
was
because
like,
he
oh,
ain't
I'm gonna
never
have
seen nothing
nah.
like
He was
that.
like, I gotta try with this motherfucker. I thought I could just wash him. That's what he thought. I take your opinion though.
See, now you're dumb.
I take your
Okay, but
opinion
you're
though.
dumb.
I take
You're
your opinion.
dumb.
Nah, answer my
You're
Hold on,
question
dumb.
though, since
soap,
we done talking. What?
soap,
What's
soap,
up?
soap. I can answer it. Because back when we first saw Lost Power, there was a Navy soldier that got cut, and he said, "My body is on fire," even though his head was chopped off.
That's not. Listen,
Exactly what
There's a
Kinemon did.
difference with a
To your
sensation
point.
and being able to communicate and be aware of what's happening, than versus
Oh,
like your
a
body being
sensation
literally on fire.
isn't being
Those
aware of what's
sensations are
happening.
literally what
Okay,
All
but
that
right,
is.
all
how
right.
did he fight and dodge
Then
Brooke?
Basically, you hyping up a man talking out of his ass.
Yes. Can you talk out your
You're a
ass?
faggot.
That's
You're a
actually to be expected
faggot.
from you. You should
It
look
makes
up to that
sense.
man.
It makes sense because that's all you do on a daily basis. So you feel me? No wonder you would hype it up.
Listen,
Role models.
again, you trying to minimize the shit. It does not take away the fact that he was dealing with Brooke with just his torso. Unless Brooke is trash, y'all want to say that?
No,
Yes.
no, 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 no. It's
At
listen.
least
It's
Keem is
no.
not.
We're not even good. We're not gonna say that, bro, because it's the same situation. Brooke was freaked out by that situation,
And Brooke was
and
just running. He's like, what the
yeah,
fuck?
you feel me? And we know them ninjas wasn't weak, and they could have actually fought against Brook when they seen his ghost, but they was freaked out. Like same shit.
Okay, but there was a whole clash there. Unless you want to just throw that out the window.
Like I said, he was still creeped out, bro. So he
What is
wasn't
that?
going hard.
What does that have to do with anything? What I said
You're
was,
stupid.
what did I?
It's
No,
Once
called
listen,
again,
you're
you're
blocking.
stupid
dumb.
because what I was real specific,
You're
Wallow, and I'm
dumb.
not gonna do this.
hold
What
on,
I said
wait.
was,
So
at
a
the end of the
clash
day,
means you're equal
Kinemon
nowadays.
fought against Brooke with just his torso. Explain that to me.
So hold on. A clash equals out to being equal now.
A
Is
torso?
that what you're
It was
saying?
his torso. It wasn't even Kinemon. It was his
Hold
upper
on.
body.
Are you asking
It
me
was his
if a
chest and arms.
clash means you're equal or greater than? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying that Brooke got big bodied by a nigga that didn't
Is
have
a
his body
clash?
together.
Is a clash?
What does that
Does
have to do
one
with what I'm
clash?
talking about?
Because
This,
you're
this
saying that
nigga's so
Brooke.
stupid as
No.
shit.
You know exactly because you're using his clash with Brooke to signify his strength. So because they clashed, that has to mean that he's strong, correct? So is a clash signifying equal to or greater in One Piece? Yes
That
or
boy there
no?
dumb, da dum 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 da dum dum
Equal
stupid.
to or greater than what?
Then
Oh
another
my
person.
Dumb as fuck, man.
Listen, Milo, like there's no need to define a
No.
clash. Hold on. There's no
You
need.
have
No.
to
Let me finish. There's
because there
no
are
reason. I'm gonna tell
billions
you why I
of
don't need to answer
clashes
that question,
in
and
One
I'm gonna
Piece.
tell you why.
All right,
Why
good.
what you're saying is stupid, right?
Yes.
Because There's no need for me to define what a clash is because in this case, a very specific one, he clashed with a part of his body, not even fully formed and attached. So
So
regardless of it
again,
being a clash, the fact that he did clash with Brooke with only his torso is fucking significant.
hold on, hold. He clashed with the part he would need to fight, which is his arm, because he's a swordsman.
I mean, he was kicking the
Correct?
shit out of Luffy when he pulled up on Luffy.
No, no, no. Again,
He body slammed
you
Luffy
really,
with his legs. So
yo, I swear to you, if you don't answer one question,
you're not asking me good questions. I'll answer a good one.
I'm asking you great
That's-
questions.
That nigga be ducking and dodging, bro. That
You're
nigga.
not, like you're asking me questions that are irrelevant to what I'm talking about.
Yo, honestly, Soap, when we get back
Hey,
to
Floyd
D&D,
Soapweather.
remind me to double your dexterity, because you are
Good
just
word.
evading
I'll take
the
that.
crap out of
There's
everything.
no
Like,
point to answer your question. Your question is stupid. And I
no,
say that
no,
with
my
love.
question debunks your statement.
No, it
So
doesn't.
you know
Why does
that.
it matter? Why do I
And-
need to define a clash when he clashed with just a third of his body? Like that, like the question is, what do I define a clash to be? The question is,
No,
how
that's
the
not the
fuck did
question.
Kinemon clash with a third of his body? Is that not impressive? Or is that what y'all telling me? Because y'all refuse.
Someone
God
sound
damn.
angry.
Hater, oh Jesus, listen. You refuse still to answer that very simple question.
No, it's
is
not
it
impressive.
really?
No, no,
Then y'all
and
are
no.
just fucking liars, man.
Why is Soap so angry? This
Because he
nigga.
joined the bandwagon and started sucking off
I'm
Kinemon.
not sucking off Kinemon. I'm listing facts
Sounds
about
like it.
Kinemon that are undeniable.
Is this man really preaching Kinemon greatness?
Yes.
They're denying Kinemon greatness. They won't even. Milo literally just said to me, hater, that he's not impressed at the fact that Kinemon, with a third of his body, was able to clash with Brooke.
I can either deny or accept that fact, so I'm gonna just leave it alone. Y'all got it.
See, at least you're honest. At least you didn't just lie like the fuck Milo just did. Like, no cap, no bullshit, no trolling. That's impressive.
Okay.
Oh,
It is a feat that a third of his body could clash with Brooke. That is a feat in itself. I think agree to that.
Fuck, I'm y'all friend, man. Really, because y'all get me hot sometimes, bro.
Okay.
Fuck you.
Oh,
Okay.
What do y'all want to talk about? Since y'all don't want to talk about truth, let's spin some lies.
That boy Endeavor kind of got it out the mud, didn't he?
Now we still talking about One Piece. We passed My Hero.
My bad.
You
Hey,
missed it.
but that don't mean Endeavor still ain't get it out the mud and he the truth. That's the goon.
Well, I
Yo,
can
Endeavor
say if I said
is the
Endeavor
truth.
was a wife beater and he fucking sucks, y'all would call me. Y'all would say I'm creditless, right? Okay.
He is a wife beater.
That's true.
Yeah, like,
but
what
it
the
doesn't
fuck?
I agree
mean
with
what
you.
we said.
Oh, okay. When I read
Like, nah,
off
bro,
Kinemon
this-
feeds, I'm a liar. Okay. Y'all biased.
Oh,
Like y'all don't even see the
hey.
bias in front of y'all face.
Hey, no, you the nigga who didn't
Hey,
want
so
to
this
accept
man
the
hot.
fact
This
that
man Cola hot now. I told him this man Cola hot now.
What?
First of all, if you want to
This nigga
read
out here,
feats,
cool.
at least
This man
be
Cola is hot.
accurate.
I told him about Milo. Oh, it's my jam. Oh shit.
Yo, is Hater drunk?
I hate this.
He is
I hate
he is
he
drunk
always
and hanging out with Cola.
the nigga sound like a dumb nigga right
Yeah,
now.
he really, oh, damn! Like you sound like a female saying that. What's wrong with you? Like
23-year-old
like
white
you know
Oh,
girl.
that nigga
Boosie.
grab his drink real
Big
quick and
Bullwinkle head ass
Yeah.
nigga, bro. You can't be talking like that.
big ass
That nigga probably
nigga
drinking a
over 6
mimosa
foot
right
talk
now.
about this my jam. Nigga, you better stand your 6'5" ass in a corner like every other nigga in here.
That nigga hovering above the desk.
Hey, y'all gonna leave me alone. That's your
Damn.
problem.
Like you niggas
Hey,
that
you
are
rocking it. Oh, I see you.
Nah, listen,
I
bro,
see you.
niggas as big
Hold on.
as you should only do one thing where they're at a club, a bar, or a party. Stand in a corner and just stare. Because
Nah,
that's
you
what
got-
y'all roll
you-
with.
That sound like
Get
a
that little
bitch.
bounce.
I ain't no
Listen, I'm
bitch.
low key finna go do karaoke and see so
You
anxious.
under
Like a
6
little
foot,
bit, low key.
senpai, so you could be in the dance floor. You could be that.
What
nigga.
that matter?
Listen, a nigga that's 6'5", 335 pounds can't be doing shit like that. Imagine hater
Nah,
big
you
ass
can't
skips.
hear the little
So I
a
might
little
legit
rock
say so
paper
anxious
left.
and like in a little bit. Give me like one more shot. I'm about to say so anxious.
Yeah, you definitely shouldn't be doing karaoke either. Like that's just fucking hilarious.
That
Why?
nigga.
That
Okay.
nigga
Imagine
finna get
haters
stuck on
singing
one
karaoke.
word.
Hater, there's no Asian men in the club.
Oh no, y'all not gonna do my guy.
Oh no, we can't do that to him. That's too low.
Listen,
Yeah, y'all gotta stop it. Y'all gotta
Yeah,
stop
don't bring up his past tribulations. We ain't about to bring up
listen.
yours.
it. Y'all
If the
gotta stop
word
it.
if the word nitroglycerin.
Fucked you up too.
Hey, say it
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
nigga. Say it
that's
right.
why I started laughing, bitch. That shit got my hey. But nah, you should have heard haters other than
Boy, hater was
He couldn't even get past the
Yeah,
N-I. He
he
just
sounded
said,
like you.
nah,
He sounded
nah.
like you, but worse.
Nah,
Nigga gave
bro.
up. I never heard a
Nah,
nigga
man.
bro. That had
sigh.
to be the funniest shit ever.
That boy almost. It sounded like that word almost choked his ass, bro. Like, hold up, you die over words? Shit.
Shit, he
All right, is there
That
anything
was
else y'all
fun.
want to talk about in the One Piece shit or no?
No, no.
Suru was kind of bad though back in the days,
talk about
bro.
Oh
how
yeah,
Odin looked
Yeah,
yeah.
she
like
was.
that dude.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, she was.
And
Yo,
Kinemon
Kinemon was top
hair
class,
was
man.
goofy as shit, bro.
Yeah, like
What?
what the 1980s was up with his hair?
He's a punk. He literally said he's a punk. So
You got
Yeah,
punk
That
hair?
nigga look.
wonder
That
what
nigga
his
look goofy as fuck, bro.
as you've seen, Odin kept himself, clean.
Most of them niggas hairdos was goofy as shit, bro. Odin, this nigga got a whole bread basket played up on his head type shit, bro. The fuck wrong with that boy?
Odin is a yo. I respect Odin.
Y'all
He
talk
was
about
the
the
truth.
finesse
Yo,
kid,
I like how he did the whole funeral
aka the
thing,
finesse
son.
king
Who you talking about? Odin?
with
The finesse?
Denjiro.
Yeah, I fucked with the
Yo,
whole
I was about
funeral
to say,
thing.
yeah,
I'm talking about
Denjiro the finesse god.
I mean, who
yeah,
y'all
Denjiro
does
finesse
this contest
god.
essentially rule out Kyoshiro being Denjiro or no?
Anybody playing the stream, turn that shit off.
Man, I
I think
don't even know,
Yoshiro could be
bro.
Denjiro.
I think so too.
There's a theory going around
I
that
always
that Zoro Master was actually Denjiro.
It looked
Who?
like him. Okay.
Zoro Sword Master.
It's a possibility.
It looked
There's
like him.
the timing
I
matters,
don't
right?
think so.
Yeah, because they said Denjiro been in one. You can't be like having a.
But maybe it's like, well, yeah, I'm not even gonna go through the theory. The theory was
That would
stupid.
have been raw though. That would have been raw.
It would have
Here's the
been called.
problem with Zoro's master. Like
And
he got
Zoro's
off
master
the
can barely
island.
put a sentence together without sounding stupid.
No, how would he have gotten off the island?
Yeah.
You remember he left a while ago?
But the question still is how.
Their family left a while ago.
How?
Yeah, like you just explain how.
Remember, like when they, I don't know how they left, but remember, like,
Then how you go? What?
remember, no, listen. Remember, dude was telling Zoro, was like, oh, the Water Ichimonji, the master, like the person who made that blade, left like 50 something years. Oh yeah, it can't be him.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
At least we didn't have to call you stupid, Jay.
Nah, listen, we have every right to call this man stupid. No one is mean to him ever.
Nah, but I think what's his name did. I might be tripping, but then what's his name? Shoot tomorrow say not only did them boys go over there to die, but some people actually left Wano.
What?
I don't
Remember,
remember
Maybe
that.
remember,
I'd
that
have
was
to go
remember,
back
sometime
and look.
within
remember.
the 20 years. Yeah.
Yeah, remember some of them niggas, he said some of them niggas was yelling snatch and they was like, yeah, we going to go get these niggas, bro. Fuck all that. We ain't sitting around. They
Wait,
went and died and then he said some actually left Wano.
because I think I read something that said that faggot nigga on Whitebeard's crew or something. Damn, the nigga
Yeah,
with the
he
gun.
used to be a scabbard, right?
Yeah, not.
Yeah.
Whoa, hold on.
Yeah, there's one dude that was on Whitebeard's crew.
Yeah, I know the faggot dude with the lipstick.
I forget. Oh, it might have been him. Yeah. Yeah.
Izzo.
Yes. It is Izo, yeah.
He's from Wano.
No,
Yeah,
but
he's
But
it,
from
then
I
one
think it
already.
was confirmed that he was a Scabbard too, or maybe that's bullshit.
no, he's from Wano, and guess what? He was probably a part of when uh Odin left Wano, or sometime around there.
I mean, I feel like just with this One Piece chapter, like it was a good introduction, but like I'm ready to get to the shit that I want to know about Odin. Like I want to know his relationship with Orochi. I want to know who the fuck Toki was and why people thought she was from the past. Like what about him made them think that?
Yeah,
You-
what I want to see is goddamn how Kaido slapped that nigga.
Of course. Well, no, I was gonna say like the way, like it's like I really love the like parallel that he did. Like we know how Odin's story end. He get boiled alive, and it's funny to see like the first time we actually get to see him on panel. He's at a funeral eating a hot pot of Odin. Like that's a good job on Oda's part. I like that.
That shit has some real dumplings in that bit though.
Yeah, the fact that I can't believe that. I forget. Anyway. Yeah. Anything else?
I'm ready to see, bro. Like, what's up with these zones, bro? Like, I'm just so sick of this, bro. Like,
Yeah, we got to get through this just to get to the shits. We all know that. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
like I've been saying, why the fuck haven't no zone used hockey since we've been over here, bro? I ain't seen now one of these niggas use hockey. None. Wait, did Queen use it when he jumped the head, but the fuck out of Big Mom?
no,
Alright,
I don't
see,
think so.
alright.
No,
You know what I'm saying, what the fuck is going on here, bro?
I don't know. It's weird.
The whole thing is Luffy training
But that's what I'm saying. Like
his hockey.
I'm starting to get this feeling like we won't really like the main conflict in this shit is probably like Act 4 and that's it. Like there's gonna be I feel like has to be just one act of just lit shit. You know what I mean? Because like if this is how he's starting and handling Act 3, like this is not it. This is not the act for that. Like Act 4 is gonna be where everybody's with the shits and it's good living because all of this setup like I thought it was only gonna be happening in Act 2 and we were gonna be done, but I can't. It's going on for way too long now.
Yo, we might get a whole like epilogue of what went down, bro. Like,
No, there's a lot of shit in this arc. Like I was just thinking about it today. Like yo, I gotta reread this shit.
I mean, I'm not gonna be mad if we get a whole epilogue of how Odin of how he cut Kaido and got his ass beat, and how Orochi became Orochi. Shit.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And then you come back
I
and
would
then
find that pretty hype.
that also in that epilogue you find out more about Kaido. You find out more about Wano. Yeah, man, let's go. Let's do this.
All right, anything else?
Hey man, y'all go check out Stampede, man. That bitch in theaters.
Oh, is it really?
I
Yeah,
heard with no sub.
no sub yet, but you
No
know,
sub?
gotta wait for that. Gotta wait for that bitch to hit the. Gotta wait for that bitch to hit the internet. Yeah, it's just dub.
No, I can't watch it, dub. Fuck that.
No, I can't. Yeah, I can't watch the dub.
You'd have to go to the movie theater to watch a dub, unless you know.
Oh well, I'm not paying for a One Piece movie in theaters. It's just not happening.
Whoa, okay. You know, you can. We ain't gonna say what you're doing.
All right, yo. So I'm about to end the stream. You know, like and share the shit. Just letting people know we're probably doing a Tower God stream on Sunday. And
Ain't no problem. We
Oh
are.
yes.
and before Sunday, I know niggas is trying to do an NBA stream. So
Still?
yeah, y'all niggas wanted to do that, so I'm gonna set it up for y'all.
I wanna know where Super Cool at. That nigga been in my head.
For real, yeah. But yeah, like and share the shit. We outie.
Yeah, man.
Y'all boys like the stream. Your mom's a hoe.
Any